You're deep.
The Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Check, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Petty Wops, then find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My ground repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, B-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
You gonna dig this.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, capital one. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man, A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty Mann, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
Listen, I gotta let them horns ride in. I gotta let them horns in. Hey, let me answer your question, my guy. Hell yeah. Listen, I left at 24-7 at the end of the third quarter. I knew that game was over. Listen, I'm not a fanboy. I don't have to stay. Listen, I come to watch competitive football games. If it's not competitive, I'm out. Unless the Cowboys are playing. If the Cowboys are playing, I'll watch a blowout. But if it's not competitive, I'm out. I'm not about to sit in traffic for no reason. I knew the game was over at 24-7. At 24-7, the game was over. It was really that simple. All right. So, like I said, I'm gonna give my thoughts, and then listen. I'm really going to take a step. First of all, let me go over these stat lines for you. Right. Let me go over the stat line for you. Jeremy Higbottom was 9 of 15 for 138 yards with 1 touchdown. The last touchdown came with the final play or whatever. D. Bryant was 4 56 yards. All right. Shiloh Sanders was 30 for 40 for 362 and 3 touchdowns. I'll say that again. He was 30 of 40 for 362 and 3 touchdowns. That's freaking insane. Like that's a glorified baller stat line. All right. Baller stat line. I'm not going to go into how I really feel because I don't feel like it's necessary. But all I'm going to say is this. That stat line is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I ain't even going to hold you. Listen, from jump, is Jackson State from Jump Street did not have to run the ball. They never have to run the ball. The 5 wide is so simplistic, but it is so effective for them that you can't stop everything. You can't. It's just not possible. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have a D line to get with that offensive line, because they can pass protect better than a lot of teams. Their run blocking is still a little suspect, but their pass blocking is pretty damn good. If you can't get to Shedeur, you're dead, bro. Like this game, you didn't have a chance when you stepped on the field. Okay, let me just say that if you cannot generate a pass rush against Shedeur with only your front 4, you cannot beat Jackson State. Flat out, because you don't have enough DBs to cover those 5 wide. It's just that simple. You don't have enough DBs to cover their 5 wide system. So if you can't generate pressure with your front 4, it's a done deal. I thought the game plan in the beginning for Tennessee State was really good, but I'm gonna talk about Jackson State first. First of all, for my praise for Shedeur is always going to go back to his composure. And I was talking to the Truth when at the game, and I said the game never seems like it's faster than him, right? It never seems like the game is coming so quick that he can't, like, you just see the composure that he has. You see the calmness that he is in the, like, he's like a surgeon about to do a routine surgery that he's done 1,000 times before, and it's routine for him. It's so amazing to watch. That's one thing I will never take away from Shedeur. His composure as a QB, as a freshman, is unfreaking real. It is like top-notch composure. I don't care how much preparation you got, my guy. You still have to put it in the game. So no, it's not called preparation. It's not called preparation. All right. You can be prepared and still be rattled. So shut up. It's not called preparation. It's who he is. It's when you walk into, I'm that dude. That's what that is. When you walk into a stadium and people want you to lose, all your targets are on them, and you have a composure about yourself that the game never speeds up. Yes, you might know the playbook, but there's a calmness in you because at the end of the day, you say, I'm that dude. I'm that dude. Now, when you're going to battle with the dudes you have, it damn sure helps. Listen, it damn sure helps. But one thing, listen, and this is the play for me, right? This is the play for me that I was just like, that dude is different, right? He fumbles the snap. He doesn't panic. He doesn't look his eyes up to try to see if he can make a play. He picks the ball up. He takes a knee. He throws it to his center, and he says, next play. Like, that is, come on, like, that right there, I would frame that. If somebody took a picture of that and I was a Shador fan, I would literally take a picture of that knee, put it on my bedroom wall above my, because I know all you guys, I know most of y'all are like fanboys for Shador. So if you're a fanboy of Shador, take that picture, put it above your bedroom, right behind your bedroom, and just like, and googly eye, because that, to me, that right there is what you have. Like that to me, is like, yo, that's my QB. Like all you Shador fans, I understand you guys are TO saying that's my QB. I get it. I really get it. That to me is just like, wow. It's just wow. All right. It was just wow. Like at the end of the day, it's just like, okay, he's different. He's different. Let me see this dude. Lamar Brown, you must be new to the channel, my guy. So you don't know that I've played college football. I've played high school football. I've been coached by NFL coaches. So try again, my guy. So don't, yeah. So that's what it is. I'm not going to say too much about the game. I'm going to let the callers say, because I know that's what they want to do. So I'm going to let the callers come in, and I'll get with you however you get with me. But I'm not really going to say too much because nobody's going to like my opinion. So you're really not going to like my opinion. So I'm just going to let the callers talk and have their fun today. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me. $1027, you live, talk to me. All right, so listen, I'm taking callers. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna warn you already. If you call in and tell me that Jackson State needs to be in the FBS, I'm hanging up on you. I'm hanging up on you. If anybody opens their mouth on this call line and tells me that Jackson State needs to be in the FBS, I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. I'm hanging up on you. All right? Because you're an idiot. I'm hanging up on you. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not dealing with it tonight. I'm telling you that right now. I don't care if you brag about the game. I don't care what. If you say Jackson State is, we're FBS, I'm hanging up on you. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm telling you that right now. So don't even get in your feelings. I'm telling you straight up, I'm hanging up on you. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me. Is my thing not working? Hold up. This is not, hold up. Hold on. Let me do something real quick, guys. I'm gonna hang up and bring it back because it's not working right now. Hold on. Do. All right, guys, I'm reopening my call line.
There are 7 participants in the conference.
All right, cool. All right, hopefully this works this time. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Hey, man.
What's good? Talk to me.
I'll call you, man. Because ain't nobody going to beat Jackson State in the sweat at all.
Okay.
As you can see.
Okay.
Nobody's going to beat them.
Okay.
Not no.
Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackson State that was a great game that they played.
Okay.
This team has issues. It has issues. The offense takes too long to get going. That flow, like it just takes too long. Like that first half, 10 points. That's not gonna beat Alabama A&M. Like, because we haven't really seen them in a deficit. We haven't seen them down in the fall. We haven't seen them down 21. How to get your offense going in the first half.
Whoa. Listen, I am the furthest thing from a Shador. And
no, like he played a great game. Game that he played was phenomenal.
I'll give him an A minus. I'll give him an A minus. I would give him an A minus. If I'm being honest, I'll give him an A minus. I'll give him an A minus.
A B is too hard.
A B, because it's
how are you feeling? Take me to how you were feeling during that first half.
The first half, I was thinking the game is if Tennessee. Listen, honestly, the way Jackson State was moving up and down the field, I would just say it's a matter of time. It was just a matter of time because you can just with football, it's all about believing, right? So that's why Deion's really like, I believe, because as a defense, I'll go back to Tennessee. I'm gonna stay on Tennessee State side, right? If you know you've been struggling to move the ball and anything you've gotten is either been off a penalty or a lucky play, it's disheartening because you're just thinking like, we don't got it. We can't. Do you know I didn't see the last play, so I don't know. But from the first quarter to the third quarter, they did not throw at an outside corner from the first quarter to the third. Do you understand? Like, that is unparalleled. You did not test no outside corner, not one time between the first and the third.
And foremost, those edge rushers was on whoever was playing quarterback for Tennessee State all game long.
Yeah.
That and you saw that. But I'm saying this defense, I'm not arguing. This defense is spectacular. It's amazing. They gave up like 2 plays in the first half?
Yeah.
That might have been due to error.
Yeah.
But other than that, spectacular. And I just think that if this team gets behind to an Alabama A&M or Alabama State or Southern, I don't know if they can come back.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to have the will to fight back. But thank you, man.
No. Real quick before you go, let me just keep it real with you. I appreciate you with your foresight of seeing. I saw what you're talking about. That if they're that good, you don't take that long to get going. You just come out the gate. Sometimes it's a little rusty. I get it, but I get you. Like, you had many of opportunities to do what you did in the third and fourth quarter, in the first and second quarter. I completely agree with you. And if you meet
I'm not going to count this next game against them because that's an FBS team. There's a whole nother landscape. But if you
no, you got to count it.
State,
you got to count it. You got to count it because they don't feel. If Deion keeps saying, if everybody in this chat who's a Jackson State head keeps saying we're bigger than the SWAC, then okay, what level are you on then? You get what I'm saying? So
and you say it the best. You can't listen to those people because they don't know football. They don't know football. I played in college and I played in high school. If you saying that this team is unbeatable, I don't know what team you're watching.
Thank you.
Because they have weaknesses.
Thank you.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I agree with you. But
that's why I'm saying they're like any other team when it comes to playing the FBS. You gotta pray. You gotta pray.
I like that.
Unless you're playing Vanderbilt, because that team is, oh my God. But I'm not even gonna get into that. But you gotta pray.
That's what's up. I love that. Hey, that's a good point, my guy. I appreciate the call, my guy, for real.
Hey, it's all love.
All right, man. No, anytime. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Well, Scotty.
What's up? Talk to me.
Hey, look, Scotty. Hey, I'm a real Jackson State fan. I ain't like these bandwagon because Deion Sanders came over. I remember going to Jackson State, we were getting our ass beat to sleep. And now Deion Sanders come, all the goddamn fans come around and say they Jackson State. I got a brother, he switched to Alcorn with losing. Hey, I got a mess for all the bandwagon JSU. You want to ride with our bandwagon when we would get our ass whooped by Memphis? Now we return the favor today, blow their ass out the stadium. You ain't a JSU fan. And for all the Alabama A&M, Hey, y'all heard of beat Just State with the before the transfer came in. So what you think gonna happen when the transfer do come?
No, I feel you.
Hey, I'm the guy Psycho Bob, Scott. When you come in there like all porn saying I said, let the doors of the church open.
That's what's up. I like that. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, man, hey, it's okay. Jazz shoot. Hey, they still got a lot to go. But mid-season, they keep on doing their thing, and they offense click. Ain't nobody in the sweat gonna mess with them.
It's
man.
gonna be listen. I'm not taking nothing away from Jackson. They're gonna be a headache. They're gonna be a headache for any. I don't care if it's Alabama A&M, Bethune-Cookman, whoever they play, Southern, Alcorn. They're gonna be a headache. All right, they're gonna be a straight headache. But at the same time, you can't. Let's not act like your team does not have deficiencies. That's all. You got to understand. It goes. They're deficient in certain areas,
right.
and I just think listen. The only thing stopping Jackson, the only reason Jackson State is going to run through the SWAC is because there's only one legitimate quarterback in the SWAC. 2, Shador and Akil. That's it. That's 1 and 2. Everybody else, you don't know what you're going to get on a day-to-day basis. So Jackson State is going to run through the SWAC.
They get their run game right, man. Take the pressure off Shador and they mix it up.
It's a wrap.
They want to know how to come at JSU.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
So I just hope that the run game pick up and the run block pick up because they need both for word. If they just keep on throwing, another team will catch on to this.
Mm-hmm.
Then what they gonna do from there? So I just hope they run the game, just pick up, man. I understand the power bay, but just they need a. I like the old boy. He like Al Camaro. He coming out the backfield with the catching the ball. That way he good at. But just running out the backfield, I give him a D. He ain't got that vision to bounce out to the outside and just see a lane. But he good at catching the ball out in the flat and running. He good with it.
Yeah, he is really good.
But I'll just show that you let the Scotty Mann join your membership, man. Let you know, hey, I'm the dude Psycho Ball, and man, all the JSU fans who just became fans because Deion Sanders there, you ain't no JSU fan.
Listen, I'm a bandwagon. I've already talked to that.
Hey, yeah, but I give you that, man. You're a blind man. You cover sport. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, so yeah. I was that hard JSU fan when they better win the game, winning 3 or 4 games a season. So. I respect you. You just a blogger, man, and you just call out sports. So hey, I welcome to the team, man. I'm just speaking for the people from Jackson, Mississippi.
No, you good. Listen, you have every right to pump your chest out. You was riding with them when they weren't doing well. This your turn. It's okay. Look, it is your time to be at the top of the mountain. Go ahead and do what you gotta do. I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah. So hey, I appreciate the show, man. Keep on tuning in. I drive truck, man, so I watch the show every day. I walk on the road.
Hey, appreciate you, my guy. Hey, be safe out there.
All right.
All right, peace.
All right, thanks, man.
All right. Listen, guys. This is why I love doing this. And I really feel like you guys think like you're smarter than me. Okay? A lot of you guys think you're smarter than me, but you're not. Okay? And I'm gonna go with Joseph Page. You're not smarter than me, Joseph. You're not. Stop it. You're not. I have always said in the beginning, before Shador took a snap, I said you can't crown somebody who hasn't done anything. That has been my motto for the whole entire season. For any player off Jackson State, I've simply said, I can't give you anything because you haven't done anything. That's what I've said. Numerous occasions. So if you're trying to get with me saying that's not what I said in the beginning, I just told you what I said in the beginning. Now, for me, I'm not even gonna go there because I'm not even gonna go there because it's gonna go somewhere. It's gonna go left, and I don't want it to go left. I want it to stay. I want to talk about Jackson State's win. But all I'm gonna say is this: I've made that enunciation more than once on my channel, and I'll keep everything I have on wax. So it's simply saying, I said, at the end of the day, he's still a freshman. At the end of the day, I had to see what he could do. Today, compared to last week, he showed up and played and balled out. I'm going to give him his credit. And I've said that on my channel. I said, I'm not a hater of Shador. If Shador comes in here and balls out, I'll be the first one to tell you, hey, he did that, Jane. He did it up. So miss me with that, my guy. Miss me with it. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's going on?
What's good? Talk to me.
Hey, check it out, man. So I wanted to talk about this Alabama A&M guy that called like a couple callers ago, man, was talking about Alabama A&M was going to run over Jackson State. That's some BS. Do you think last year Alabama A&M scored 52 points on Alabama A&M? You think they're going to score 52 this year?
Yeah.
And they gave up.
Yeah.
How many? What, 42 points?
Yeah. I
So
still.
you think that's going to happen again?
Yes.
Do you think they're going to score 52 points this year?
No, they're not going to score 52 points. They're going to score over 30 points on Jackson State.
They're not going to score 30 points.
You
bro.
asked me a question, so I'm answering
Look,
it, but okay.
You said you know football.
Okay.
Check this out.
Okay.
I played at Jackson State from 83 to 87 during that run we had where we didn't lose a SWAT game under W.C. Gordon. And you said you know football.
Congratulations.
So check this out. Do you really think they're going to beat Alabama and going to beat Jackson State?
Yeah, I do.
You think that?
I do.
Alabama A&M don't have a defense, man.
Okay.
How many points did they just give up a week ago? 41 points.
Okay.
You think they're going to be able to get away with that?
You keep asking me the same question. I'll keep giving you the same answer. Yes. What about let me should I say it?
I'm right here
should I say it in
Maryland
Spanish?
Like
should I say it in Spanish? See?
That ain't gonna happen.
See? Okay, and that's your opinion. That's what I'm saying. So thank you for calling.
Yeah. Hey man, hey look, also I appreciate what you're doing, man. I check in with you on a regular, man.
No, you
I
good.
love what you're doing. Keep doing it, brother.
Yes, sir. Listen, guys, you not gonna change my listen, do you know who you talking to? If I tell you yes, I stand on that. I stand on that. And I'll even stand on it further. If Alabama A&M loses a game before Jackson State, I will still pick Alabama A&M. It's the same. Why can I not have the same delusion that you have for Jackson State? For Alabama, am I not allowed that? Am I not allowed the delusion that Jackson State fans have for their team that I can't have for a Kill Glass and Alabama A&M? Am I not allowed to have that? I just want to understand, because I ask questions all the time to Jackson State fans. Oh, why do you think you're going to go undefeated? They just say because we have talent, because we're FBS bound, because we're this, because we have Dion, because we have Shador. Well, I can say, oh, I believe Alabama A&M is going to beat Jackson State because they have a kill. They have Connell Maynard. Connell Maynard's not scared of Dion. They have talent. Like, I can be in the same delusion. So miss me with that. Hey, caller. Hey, turn your background down.
Hello?
Yeah, talk to me.
This is Malcolm.
What's up?
And there's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
The ugly is Prairie View. They messed up my parlays.
Damn.
They lost to a weird name university. The bad is I thought Tennessee State, Hugh Jackson, he's a huge disappointment. I don't respect any coach who's down the sidelines. Hickbottom is he's a really good quarterback with potential. But it's sad to think that his coach is not there coaching him on the sideline. I think that's a huge factor in college football. And the good is the first half of the game all the way to the bands at halftime was the most beautiful experience I've ever seen in a collegiate game. And I've been to over 25 games, SWAC games, in my lifetime. From the bands to the first half was a beautiful game. I wish I was there, but at the same time, I don't want to deal with the traffic. And then the second half, I don't know what Coach Eddie George. Eddie George is not a coach. He has leadership skills, but he's not a coach. He's a cheerleader. I thought Hugh Jackson would have a huge impact as a former coach, and he's up in the booth as opposed to looking at the potential of Hickbottom. Shador, as a father, I don't care if you shit on me as a father, but if you compliment and respect my son, that's enough. Shador is a black Tom Brady. His command of the game, his leadership, it's phenomenal. He has it. I don't know if he's going to go to the NFL, but he has it. And finally, number 41. Unfortunately, I don't recall his name.
James Houston.
On the defensive side of JSU.
James Houston.
And Evans, they're beasts. They don't get that much credit. And also, Warren Newman, we need to promote that guy because he's a Percy Harvin. You know, I really like him. I saw him in a documentary. If there's one college football player that I hope will make it to the league, it's Warren Newman, because that guy is phenomenal. So God bless and have a good night.
Hey, you too, Malcolm. Appreciate the call, my guy. All right, man.
All right,
Listen. Okay, let me tell you my key standouts to the game. Right. Let me go to N.O. Joe first. I'm gonna let N.O. Joe speak, and then I'm gonna say my points. Hey, what's up, N.O. Joe? Talk to me.
What's going on? First of all, I want to fuck with you. Who would you take? The Sanders boy or Quincy Casey? Who would you take?
Quincy Casey. In the same system? Hold on. Listen.
I want to see that.
Wait. What system are we playing in?
Huh?
What system are we playing in?
Any system. JSU system.
What players do we have?
Same players.
Then I'm taking Quincy Casey. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Oh, you're good.
That defense, the first game I was kind of shocked, but when I watched the tape on the defense, they got exposed a little bit. It's just Tennessee State, they just didn't capitalize on it. They're going to get really tested when they play Alabama A&M. It depends on how they do against Alabama A&M. That's why I better tell you what type of defense they is. I don't think they all that. They was kind of exposed, that boy, number 3. They threw at him a lot. So, but I'll be there October 8th, and I'll see what that defense will really do. I'm not too fine with the offense because of all the talent they got. They should be putting up more points up like that. And I don't think they can fuck with any FCS team in the top 10 right now. That's it. All I gotta say. Tell me what you think.
I wouldn't say they couldn't mess with no teams in the top 10. I won't go that far, but I'll say top 3. Yeah, they probably couldn't. They probably couldn't mess with like North Dakota State, South Dakota State, and Sam Houston. I think Sam Houston. I think those top 3 teams will give them a run for their money. I really do. Yeah. So to answer this question, I think, and if you still on here, let me know what you think. How Jackson State would compete against the top FCS programs in the FCS. Like how would Jackson State do with the top 5, top 3? I think especially with North Dakota State, Sam Houston State, and that white boy. I think it's Eastern Washington or something like that. I don't think they would go with. Okay. So this is the thing, right? Oh my gosh, man. I want to ask a question. This is the question I want to ask. If you in the comments below, because I know most of you guys are too scared to call in. So in the comments below, I need to know a percentage of how much of it is Shador and how much of it is the scheme. I'm gonna say that again. How much is it Shador? And how much is the scheme? All right. I'm gonna say it again. How much is it Shador? And how much is it the scheme? All right. Give me out of 100. All right. So it can be 60-40, 70-30. You can break it down however you want. I'm gonna ask you again. How much is it the scheme? And how much is it Shador? That's it. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it like that. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's going on, Gerald? Scotty, this is Gerald from Tennessee.
What's good, man?
I saw the game, and I just want to say, man, I'm highly disappointed, dude.
Talk to me.
Highly disappointed.
Talk to me.
Man, I expected them to blow them out, but they didn't, so it pretty much is what it is. So for right now, I'm just going to assess the weaknesses that I saw. C.J. Holmes needs to pick it up big time because he's a weakness. Peyton Pickett, he played pretty well. He's still a short, stout running back, but he's still slow on his feet. it's going to cost them big time as they play better opponents later down in their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
The tight ends are still weakness for them. That'll all get fixed next year, though. So I'm not worried about the tight ends this year are weakness, but they'll be better next year.
Mm-hmm.
And Warren Newman, he has field vision and he's quick on his feet,
Mm-hmm.
but he is slow as rocks, man. That dude can't get. Percy Harvin had a combination of athletic ability. He was strong and he was quick.
And straight
and
speed.
He was fast on his feet. The dude could run a 4.3 and a 40 without blinking twice. Warren Newman, he's good. He has field vision, and he's good as far as shedding tacklers, but he's just not quick on his feet. I don't see NFL talent when I see Warren Newman.
That's real. That's real.
Okay. Now, CJ Holmes, so that's 4 things that I saw that as far as the sets of weaknesses. But don't put all your eggs in the basket. And here's what I mean when I say this. This is going for the JSU haters. This is not the complete team of JSU. Trust me when I tell you this. They're still missing key players that are going to pretty much abolish. And when I say abolish, I mean straight destroy the SWAC. No team in the SWAC stands a chance against JSU when they are at 100%.
Okay.
Not a single team.
Okay.
And they're missing. Okay, Zaya Bolden didn't play.
Okay.
J.D. Martin, their best running back, did not have yet to touch the field.
Okay. He actually did touch the field tonight, but go ahead.
Okay, the running back, J.D. Martin.
Yeah, he touched the field tonight. He did. He caught a swing pass and almost broke that jank, but he got tripped up.
Okay, I might have missed it, but he's their best running back. They need to get him the ball ASAP because Peyton Pickett is a liability when it comes to speed as far as eluding runners, because he has a stout build, like he's strong and he can break tackles, but as far as getaway speed, he lacks that. That's where J.D. Martin is going to come in. J.D. Martin is going to change life for them this season. Malik Abdul-McClain has yet to touch the field on the defensive side of the ball. That's another dominant player that's going to come in and wreck shop. So they're missing key players that are keeping them from going to the next level.
Okay.
But what I want to say is this, and this is where I'm kind of worried a little bit. Alabama A&M, when they first played their first game, when it was 42-41, didn't have all of their defensive starters on the team. You get where I'm going?
That's true. I talk to the coaches regularly.
So,
they told me that.
Exactly. So that should be a really interesting game because I've seen a lot of players as far as Alabama and A&M defense that could have made plays from where they were lacking. And that was the only reason why the game went as the way it did in the first few quarters, because with Alabama's starters being out, I want to say that they're not on the same level as the Jackson State defense, but they're pretty damn close. They're as close as you're going to get as far as the FCS level. Now, you said that there were 3 teams that you didn't see Jackson State beaten in the FCS tournament, Sam Houston being one of them. I just want to tell you right now, Scotty, that no team in the FCS stands a chance against Jackson State.
That's not true. That's not true. So
not a single team.
That's not true, bro. That's a flat out lie. That's a flat. The only thing.
The reason why I say that. Go ahead.
Listen. The only thing that Jackson State can bank on every week when they play in the SWAC is the horrible quarterback play. The quarterback play in the SWAC is atrocious. Like, I'm literally watching Higbottom. It's coming at him so fast. He just doesn't know what's going on. And at the same time, the scheme is in the first half, the scheme was, man, listen, Hugh Jackson had some great play calling in the first half. I mean, outstanding stuff that if it hit, it was going to go deep or it was going to move the chains. It was going to do all that. It's horrible. It's horrible quarterback play. When you step up, if you step up against North Dakota, you're not going to get horrible quarterback play. You're not.
Exactly.
That is the only thing saving Jackson State.
That they run.
Go ahead.
The schemes that they run at the top FCS level, the top 3 teams, Sam Houston, North Dakota State, and I want to say I want to say James Madison.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Those
That's
are
a good
the
one.
top 3 teams as far as when it comes to coordinators that have schemes that to where they have the players that can execute them greatly, even though they're not top level talent. They still have the talent to be able to execute the plays because it's all about execution. So I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a talent level, you get them going because it's all about talent as well.
Mm-hmm.
When you have players that have above talent than you do, no matter what your execution is, you get them going because we can all agree Tennessee State is horrible. They're going to be horrible all season. So don't judge Tennessee State this year. Judge them next year when Eddie George gets the players that he wants to execute his play system. Exactly what Jackson State is doing this year. You're going,
Yeah.
But the only difference is that Jackson State is not 100% complete because not all of their players are on the field. So when Jackson State gets 100%, and when Alabama's defense gets 100% and they all return on the field, that is going to be a pretty damn interesting game. But I don't see nobody, just realistically speaking, I don't see nobody in the FCS at the FCS level being on a competition level of a Jackson State. They just have too much damn talent.
Okay. Appreciate the call, my guy.
Yeah.
Listen. You're comparing. Listen, all you have to go. Blue, please call in, Blue. Blue Bloods, if you're listening, please let me answer. Let me see if this guy's in the chat. Okay, Blue, I will wait for you to call in. Put your last 4 in the digits because this is getting on my nerves. You're only basing your talent off the SWAC. You're not basing your talent off anything else. Like that's all you're basing it off of. And you're talking about you have the best. You don't play anybody outside the SWAC. ULM, Delta State, that's your schedule. All you have is what is in the SWAC. And if you ever should lose to a team in the SWAC, what does that say about your team? What does that say about your team? So why, if your team is so good, then why are you only beat FAMU by a point? Why is it that Tennessee State at half is still in the game with you guys? And don't get me wrong, halftime adjustments happen. People make plays. People do different things. You can look at the Southern game against Miles, make adjustments, and then boop, 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 things happen. But you're only basing it off of what you've seen in the SWAC. I have not covered other FCS programs. Most people in this goddamn chat has not seen a team outside the SWAC. So explain to me how you can say you're the best team in FCS when you for damn sure have not seen anybody outside the SWAC. Come on, man. That don't make sense. I don't drink. So if you think I'm drunk, I don't drink. So just Sprite. Just Sprite. All right. Just Sprite. Let me see. Do. Hey, Blue, if you do call in, Blue, put your last 4 in the digits so I know if you when you're calling in. Huh?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, you're live. He didn't call in.
Okay.
Go ahead.
First of all, I want to congratulate. Doing a great job. And I got 2 questions. One of them is, how did you stream tonight? They got the game live. I was looking for you.
No, I was at the game, so I didn't stream the game. I was at the game.
Oh man, okay. You had asked the question earlier. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good. You're good.
You had asked the question earlier. Is it the scheme or Shador?
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say it's 50-50.
Explain it.
I would say it's 50-50 because it's definitely Prime definitely has it set up so that Shador can actually shine. Because if you notice, them boys did a hell of a job protecting.
Is that the
They
scheme?
did a hell of a job.
Is that the scheme protecting him? Is the scheme protecting him? What are we talking about?
Okay.
Explain your point.
Prime definitely has a,
Explain your point when you talk about the 50-50. Explain that part. That's what I'm trying to get you to.
Well, okay. Well, the kid can definitely can throw.
He's a quarterback. I would hope he
can
can
throw. A lot of last week, some of his passes they were so precise. He threw some passes on the sideline to number 15 that was just NFL throws. NFL throws. And he's definitely the scheme of things. That's why Prime got him in that shotgun instead of under the center. It's definitely catered to his style of play.
And what style is that?
It's definitely.
What style is that?
I would say more so like did you see the Tampa game with Brady?
Nope,
and
didn't see it. Nope, didn't see it.
And the Cowboys the other night?
Nope, didn't see it.
It's similar to that.
How so? How so?
Brady,
How so? Explain it.
They had a 5-man receiving set.
Okay.
Right? They got a spread.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
He definitely is a student of the game. He know how to go through his progression. You can see it. The kid is so poised and so relaxed.
Okay.
He definitely can go. He could go to his number 1 receiver, number 2, 3, 4, and number 5. He goes. You can watch him as he's getting ready. When he's dropping back, he's looking at his primary receiver.
Okay.
If that guy is covered, he's smart as a freshman now.
Okay.
As a freshman.
Okay.
He understands that he's going through his progression, and then he understands when to dump it off underneath if he has to.
You mean like most of the game, but okay.
And he's a freshman, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's a freshman. What people don't understand. What people keep leaving out, this kid is a freshman.
I don't think anybody left that out, but
you don't have that type of knowledge and that type of understanding of a game as a freshman, even if you was at the next level of college football.
Okay, so
I won't mention
there's no other freshmen that start in college football. There's no other freshmen that start in college football. I said there's no other freshmen that have started in college football.
Well, but I don't think they don't have the knowledge of the game. What I see him have. As young as he is.
No, I get it. Yeah, like a young Tom Brady, right? Yeah.
And remind you, he's been around these guys.
These guys
he have spot down it and with these guys. He can pick up the phone and call these guys.
I know.
No other.
Yeah, I get it.
No other college quarterback can do that.
No other. I know. That's what I'm saying. Nobody can do that.
Nobody can do that.
That's what I'm saying.
So this kid and his father is a Hall of Famer who understands defense.
It's crazy. I know, right?
So this kid is just a freshman. I can't wait to see what this kid does by year 2, 3, or 4. He's gonna eat. Long as they keep him clean. What they do need, though, they need a running game to complement what they're doing. They running game, they run offense has to get better.
Yeah. I feel you. All right, appreciate the call, my guy.
If that run, okay.
Listen, guys, 2 things. When you call in, get to the point. Please. I really don't want to hang up on nobody. Get to the point. All right. Get to the point. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Jacksonville, Florida, man.
What's good, man? Talk to me.
Hey, man, what I see about your boy is that it could be their offense or whatever, but they do not have any. He don't know how to. After he got that first read, the other guy talked about it.
no, that's not true. This man, he might not dropping it off to the 5. He trying to make other plays when he doesn't have that ability yet. I mean, he's not throwing it to the back out of the backfield out of down. He's not making those plays right there. That's why I believe Shedeur is not going to be not where he at yet.
Hold on, talking about what? Are we hold on. Are we not watching the same game? Shedeur loves hitting backs out the backfield. What are you talking about?
No, he didn't throw as much as not as he could. He could. I mean, when he was trying to make that second and third read, seemed like he was off a little bit.
What?
And the running and the defense. Defense gives up a lot of stuff up the middle.
I agree with you. Listen. That is that is Jackson State's weakness is the middle. I 100% agree with you on that. I'll totally give you that. But
every time when they played against FAMU, they ran the ball up the middle. They did everything. If somebody knows how to a good quarterback like guy for Alabama A&M knows how to take advantage of that, it's going to be something in the middle. I believe the linebacker core is not as good as I see it. It should be because they can run up the middle like popcorn.
No, you're not. Listen. You're not going to run up the middle like popcorn because you have Conus Miller, you have Owens, you have those big boys. Listen, Conus Miller was a problem.
You got big boys, but this is what I'm trying to say. When you watch it, if you watch FAMU game, how did they get most of their yards? Right up the middle. This game here, the same way. The guy just he could tell that it's just a new team. If you're a new team like Tennessee State. And you're trying to make these teams next year, they may be better than they are now. But you're a new team walking out there. But you got a Alabama A&M who's been out there for a while. Some of these other schools, Alabama State, they're going to show you a little bit more discipline. And I think that's lack of discipline is another thing that I see JSU have too. A lack of discipline because if they get a certain point, they just bike up. Man.
I don't agree with you, but I appreciate the call, my guy. Thank you so much. Y'all are rambling tonight for real. All right. Like I said, get to the point. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Scotty? Just finish it, man. Let me turn this computer volume down right quick.
Go ahead.
Highly disappointed in my Tennessee State University Tigers.
All right, talk to me about it.
Man, I'm outside my house right now. I'm trying to avoid everybody. I'm getting texts. I'm getting house phone calls, man. It's just crazy, yo.
Oh, man. That's the worst, bro. Listen, I'm a Cowboys fan, so when my friends start blowing me up, I already know what it is. I feel your pain, but go ahead. That's funny.
And the bad thing about it, I'm pretty much convinced everybody that TSU would hang in this game. And the game went exactly like how I thought it would go in the first half.
It was perfect for y'all. That's where you wanted to. What was in the first half? If you could carry over that to the second half, it would have been a competitive game.
Exactly. And even at the end of the first half, when Higgbottom took that sack and then hit dude or whatever he did and drew the 15-yard penalty that knocked him completely out of field goal range, it could have been 10-10 going into the half with Tennessee State getting the ball.
That's true.
They didn't get that.
That's true.
And they come out in the second half, and I was telling my brother, if they don't at least move the ball and get 3 on this drive, they may be in trouble. Because here's what I was seeing from Shedeur and from a Jackson State perspective. I think they were filling out TSU in the beginning. They were even trying to run the ball in the beginning. And then they started hitting them with the little short passes.
Uh-huh.
And what happened is that they made the adjustment and they got their playmakers out in space. And once they started getting their playmakers out in space, that's when Shedeur had the high completion percentage. He's hitting the 8-yard here, 9 yards there, kept moving the chains.
Mm-hmm.
Penalties, like you mentioned, penalties actually helped TSU in that first half get points and take points away from Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole situation with the offense is mind-boggling to me because that offensive line for TSU is the strength of the team, believe it or not. But Jackson State defense, once they figured out that the passing game wasn't all that, they put 8 in the box, sometimes 9 in the box. And with Tennessee running a pro-style offense, they didn't have a chance. So even if Higgbottom or Bryant, who I think is completely garbage, but the coaches really favor Bryant, those guys, they had maybe 1.5 seconds to even get rid of the ball. And it's just atrocious, man. So I'm looking forward to see what TSU does against Kentucky State can't even damn talk right now. I'm looking forward to see what TSU does against Kentucky State next weekend when they finally play their first home game.
Okay.
But I'm really looking forward to that battle when they go to Alabama A&M for homecoming versus Akil Glass and that team down there, because I think that's going to be one of the better SWAC games that you've seen in recent memory.
All right, so let me say this. Let me say this before I let you go. Right.
Yeah, no problem.
If I'm being 100% honest with you, based off what I saw in the game, I would have went with Brian over Hickbottom. That's just, he has a like he makes very quick decisions. And the thing with Hickbottom, and somebody said it in my pregame show, and I kind of gave him a little slack for it. He said he has quick feet. He has happy feet in the pocket, and you saw that, and it got him in trouble a lot of like it situate like. You're a 5th-year senior. There's no way you take that sack in that situation. And then you add on 15 more yards by pushing Shiloh, which he flopped. We all saw that. He flopped or whatever. But you don't do that. That's not smart football. So now if you work based off the sack, you're at midfield, you punt, you pin them deep, you make them earn it. You back it up even further. Now Newman is catching it at the 20. And he's been killing you in special teams all day. So it's just one thing. It was, I think they blocked the punt. As a matter of fact, I think they blocked that punt on that 15-yard penalty, if I'm not mistaken. If they didn't, then okay. But it's just you are compounding your own problems. And that for me was bad. And I haven't seen number 8 play a whole game, but he has some real zip on the ball. And even on that throw to the tight end, I'm sitting right there in the end zone, and I'm telling my girl, I'm like, you got to attack Shiloh. You have 85, who's big as he's big as dirt. He's big.
Yep.
And you got Shiloh, who might be 5'10" on a good day. You have to attack that matchup, and they did, and they won. But they never went back to it because then they started going single high and having everybody man up in front of Shiloh so he wouldn't get caught up in coverage. So that was an adjustment they made in the second half so they could protect him in coverage. That is their weakness. Coverage in the middle, you have to use your tight ends against Jackson State. You have to block well against Jackson State, and you have to take the small yards as wins. You have the 3, the 4, the 5, those little small yard play are wins. Because you have to it's like chopping a big tree down. You can't just go and swing a big axe once and think, okay, I'm gonna chop it down. That's not how it works against Jackson State. You have to 3, 4, 3. Like you have to keep working at it. And I'm really upset that they went away from the run so quickly in the second half. Because that was your bread and butter. You had to slow the game down. You can't keep up with Jackson State. You can't keep up with what they do. So you had to implement power running and all those extra aspects. But I didn't like the game plan coming out the second half. I did like that they took out Hickbottom and put number 8 in. I felt he was a little a boost, but I think Tennessee State could have came up with a game plan after what it was. But that's just me. But hey, appreciate the call, my guy. Got a lot of people on hold.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's good? Off script. This Nicholas Davis with Light on Sports. How you doing?
What's up, Light?
How you doing, man? I'm good. Me and Jonathan was watching the game, talking on Instagram, and I had a 21-17 prediction for JSU to win, but that offense showed me something today.
What they showed you?
Just cemented his place as probably the best quarterback behind. I forgot his name and just skipped.
Wow. Wow. Light on Sports. This your guy? This your man's? He gonna come on my show and don't even know who Akil Glass is? This is the disrespect. Wow.
Couldn't remember his first name.
Wow. Go ahead. Now I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
Look. My buddy up in St. Louis, I played with him at Lindenwood. Played with him at Lindenwood. They went to, that was his high school quarterback. So I know Glass, I just couldn't remember his first name.
You good. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
So, I know it. But yeah, man, that offensive explosion showed me a lot today. I'm really happy with my personal team, my boys down there in Jacktown. But what really concerned me was the lack of offensive production from Tennessee State. I know they still getting used to it, getting their personnel, but it's like it seems like Hugh Jackson is just so stuck in this idea that the pro style offense is going to make it happen at this level of ball, and I just don't see it, because you can see even in the league, in the NFL, that style of pro style offense, the 11 personnel, the strong 11 personnel, the strong 21 personnel.
Okay.
Even the league is walking away from those type of sets. So
okay.
For him to stay in there as long as he did, and not like throw in some counter or some toss sweep, and we didn't see anything.
That's
trying
real.
To get to the edge
That is real. That is real. I'll agree with you. You didn't see any of that getting to the edge. You're right. Nor screens. You didn't see any screens either. But go ahead.
Right, exactly, and it concerned me, because I'm looking forward to Tennessee State's success, even though that's a long time rival. But I was like, wow, man. And then, like you said, they got away from the run so fast in the second half.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, yo, you gotta just pound it out versus these guys. Get at least get the front seven on their heels, because we all know that Jackson State's beef is in their front seven. They have a good secondary behind it, but we've seen times where the secondary has been exposed, and you know that's something where we're gonna have to work on.
Yeah,
like, we see where holding penalties, PIs, like you can really press the secondary, but you got to start with putting the front seven on their heels.
Yeah, I agree, and I won't listen. I'll say I agree with you in the fact that pro style is very outdated. I will say that in college, but in this game it was necessary, because you knew you didn't have the listen. It's a twofold system when it comes to football, when it comes to quarterback play and receivers and all that type. One, you have to have the quarterback to trust. You have to trust your quarterback to make the right read, and then I have to believe in the players that I have, that they're going to make plays, right? So it don't matter how well I draw it up. I can draw up the annexation of Puerto Rico. If you don't run it right, or you don't execute, it's null and 100%. Void. So I think for this game, you had to keep it simple, stupid. Like real talk. That's a military term. We call it KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Like you had to keep it simple. You had to keep it like, hey, this is our game plan. This is what we're going to run with, and this is what we're going to have. Now, I did like that they spreaded it out every now and again. You saw them in shotgun and things like that.
Yeah.
But from my point of view, it should have been more wide receivers. It should have just been an extension of the run. Literally what Jackson State,
kind of like how Alcorn gets down the field.
Exactly. The smoke screens, because Jackson State does the same thing. If you listen, Shador, out of 30 of Shador's passes, I can promise you 15 went below 5 yards.
15 it was a bunch of tunnel screens and underneath screens in there.
And it works, because all you're looking to do is get 2 or 3 yards. I'm not, if it breaks, great. But if you notice, you see a lot of times where they're drag routes, you have a lotto on a linebacker. That's a bad matchup. And it's an easy read for Shador. He's just going to wait till you cross his face and bam, he's out the door. That's 8 yards right there.
Exactly.
Or Newman and oh man, and Shador and Newman were killing this. Newman will be on the inside. He'll run a swing route once. He might run a hitch route the next time. Then he'll run a seam route the next. You don't know what he was doing from that.
Exactly.
It's just so creative, and that's why I don't think people give enough credit to the scheme of what Jackson State is doing, because they're exposing you in all your weak areas. We all knew Tennessee State up front was legit. But if I spread you out and I get to see everything that you're doing, and I got level concepts all over the field, I got a drag, I got a dig, I got a corner over top. You as a defense got to make a decision. Are you going to take the big stuff away? Okay, take the big stuff away. I'm going to go low. Oh, you go take the low stuff away? Okay, I'm going to go high. That's all it is. So when people say, listen, Shador's a quarterback, so he can throw. I'm not saying he can't throw. I'm not saying he can't put the ball in the money. But what I'm telling you is the offense is so good. Like the scheme is out. Jason Phillips needs to get coordinator of the year. It's magnificent, and plus they have the players to run it. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I agree. The scheme is incredible. Shador, like you said, he's just a student of the game. He's trusting. And we look at that in contrast. I was going to get to Hickbottom. Hickbottom, he's not trusting the scheme. You know, Grambling, he was a successor to Kincaid.
Yeah.
And that high-powered, you know, all over the field, make a play offense. This kind of, like you said, slower, grind it out. Let's see what we can get. Let's look at their defensive scheme so we can come back and respond a couple drives later. I don't necessarily know if this type of offense is built for his play style right now. Could he grow into it? Absolutely. But will he have to learn how to be settled in the pocket and be able to make reads and take a hit? Of course. So like you said, it's a testament to Shedeur trusting a similar scheme, but different in attack, more stretching sideline to sideline, downhill.
Yeah,
it's a testament to Shedeur trusting the scheme and getting after it. So.
It is. If people, if you really understand what scheme it is, it's an air raid scheme. It's an air raid scheme, and I'm telling you, listen, Jason Phillips and the recruiting that they have done on that offensive side of the ball is freaking magnificent. It is. And listen, I can't take nothing away from it. You got the right quarterback in a great scheme. It's I don't want to say it's unstoppable, because I mean, if you get a D line, you can stop it because you're gonna get pressure on Shedeur. But
that's really the test this week coming up.
Yeah,
it's a bigger, more deep. I wouldn't even say more talented, but more deep FBS team in Monroe
with some talent.
We're gonna see how well the offensive line can hold up for that scheme to be useful.
Yeah. So I just think you got to me, it's like the perfect storm. You know what I'm saying? You got Shedeur, who is very cerebral. You have a scheme that is not very complex. It's not, and anybody says differently, it's not. All right. It's not a complex. It's not a complex scheme. And then you have the athletes that will make you pay if you miss tackles. I mean, that's perfect. I mean, listen, you can't draw it up no better.
It's all there. It's all there.
It's all there.
It's all there.
It's all there.
Man.
That's it. But hey, appreciate the call, my guy. Anytime, for real, anytime.
Of course. Yes, sir. We're gonna link up again.
Hey, most definitely. Hey, appreciate it. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me. 5163. Talk to me. All right, moving on. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Scott, who's up?
What's good? Talk to me. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me. Hey, turn your background down.
Cool. Hey, just a couple things. If you grade Shedeur tonight, what you give him?
Oh, A-, easy.
A-. What about the defense?
Oh, A+. A+. A+.
I heard you talking to a caller earlier, and you was like, when you play Jackson State, you got to give up. You got to just accept the 3 and 4 yard plays, and just live with that type.
You got to.
You know what you sound like? Yeah, you know what you sound like though. You sound like the people who talk about if you play in Alabama or something. Like, you just got to take the 3 yards when you play in Alabama, like, and just go for it. So saying like Jackson State is legit. If that's the mindset you got to take when you play a team like that, like Jackson State is legitimate. So when they play Monroe next week, I'm expecting them to have the mindset like they're gonna win. Like I'm not giving Jackson State a pass when they play Monroe next week. I'm expecting them I expect it to be a competitive game. I'm expecting them to win.
I mean, I expect to have $1 million. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get it. I mean, you can expect to do whatever you want.
Saying that, right?
You know what I'm saying? But
listen.
The thing with Jackson State is that you can't get down on yourself if you see a 3, a 4, because a lot of Jackson State stuff, just because Lotto he's gonna catch it at 3 yards and he's gonna gain 6 or 7 because it's a drag route and nobody's there, or he's outrunning a linebacker. So you can't get mad at certain. You can't take everything away from this scheme. It's not possible. It's not when you have.
I'm talking about the defensive side of the ball.
I'm talking
about.
Go ahead.
I'm talking about as far as Jackson State defense, meaning. You have to pound the ball, take your 3 yards there, take your 4 yards.
Yeah, if you don't have a quarterback.
You know what I mean?
If you don't have a quarterback, you have to take that as it comes. You can't, because you can't if you put the pressure on your quarterback, he's gonna fail. If you don't trust your quarterback to throw outside routes against the DBs, you're going to fail. Point blank, period. If you don't test a DB like Dejon Nugget, he's gonna know you scared. If you don't throw to me for the whole first to third quarter, you're scared. You're scared. I mean,
that's fair.
That's fair.
That's
You're
fair.
scared.
That's
You know what I'm saying? So all right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I thought about that, and I agree with you. I mean, relatively speaking, there are no really good quarterbacks in the SWAC. But I thought about it. There ain't no really good quarterbacks in the SEC besides the boy from Alabama. Think about it now. The dude from Georgia. Everybody, I think
JT Daniels,
top 5 pick. Yeah, like
that's real.
Told me nothing when they play.
That's real.
Like, so look at all the quarterbacks in SEC, like Tennessee, South Carolina. They ain't really got no quarterback who. So my point is, Jackson State is not going to see a team that has a 9 times out of 10. They're not going to see a team that has just a dude from Clemson or Alabama quarterback.
No, you're right.
They don't grow on trees.
But listen, when you since you took it to Power 5, let me explain to you the difference. Is that JT Daniels is inept as if you say he's inept or he's a borderline, a basic quarterback in the SWAC, he's Shador times 2. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what you're not understanding. You take a quarterback at the SEC level that has gone against top level talent, 5-star, 4-star, however he's going to be better in the SWAC because the competition has come down. Now, at the same time, though, the same receivers you were throwing to aren't in the SWAC now. So now you had a Julio Jones or AJ Green you was throwing to, who you could just throw it up and he'll go get it. Now you got AJ McAllister and he ain't AJ Green. So now you have to balance out. You know what I'm saying? You have to balance. But see, this is the beauty about what Dion has done. Dion has taken a quarterback who could have played at a FBS level. He's brought him down, but the talent hasn't been brought down. You get what I'm saying? He's extended the talent back up to where his quarterback is. So now he's putting athletes around him. So now you have an FCS caliber or high caliber team with a high caliber quarterback. And now you're killing Bamas because now AJ McAllister is like the second cousin of AJ Green. He's not AJ Green, but he close. You get what I'm saying? So that's what you're seeing.
Yeah.
That's what you're seeing on the field.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that point. Yeah, as far as I agree with that part. Only thing, like I said, I'm just talking about more Jackson State on the defensive side of the ball. I would listen to callers early, and it's like, the run defense suspect and whoop. Man, Jackson State look good on defense. Like, think about it. Real talk. Think about this. FAMU, their first game. A lot of people picked to be number 1 in the SWAC East. They held them to 6 points. Today, Tennessee State, a team that plays in the OVC, they with the exception of that last play, which they had the subs in, they would have held that team to 10 points. So they pretty much giving up 8 points a game through 2 games. Come on, man. That's pretty good, man. What's a weakness in the middle? It's gonna be a weakness, but man, this team pretty good. Defensively, offensively. I don't know. I'm just saying, and like I say, this team is full of.
Let me ask you this, because it's the same question I gave to Alcorn fans before the North Carolina Central game. If McNair lose, right? Like, so if McNair had lost, I said, what do you think about McNair? Or if Alcorn loses to North Carolina Central, what then? Everybody was like, oh, ain't no way it's gonna happen. Ain't no way it's gonna happen. All right. So I'm gonna ask you this question. Realistically, hypothetically, however you want to take it. If Jackson State loses to a SWAC team, then what do you say about Jackson State?
That's on Dion.
That's on Dion. Explain. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody can lose. Anybody can lose. I mean, freaking Texas got blown out today, or Pitt beat Tennessee. Right. So anybody can lose on any given Sunday. But what I'm saying
Ohio
is,
State lost today.
Exactly. So anybody can lose. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that what do you say if you say everything is so great and this is so great and this is so great and you lose? Then what happens?
You pick up the pieces and move forward. Hopefully that game that you lost is not a divisional game, but you pick up, like I say, shit happens. They might lose. They might lose to Alabama A&M. Now I'll put this on West. I'm picking on to beat Alabama A&M.
Okay.
they could lose to Alabama A&M. I'm not gonna say, oh, the world is falling. No, they just got to pick up the pieces, but shit happens. If they lose, I put that on Deion because the talent. No, they got the talent to beat anybody in the SWAT. I think you would agree with that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I just don't think they'll beat Alabama A&M, but I totally agree.
That's fair.
Yeah. Listen, I don't. If I'm being 100% real with you, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you right now. Southern and Alcorn don't have a chance. They don't have a chance. Alcorn maybe.
I ain't gonna go that far.
I'm telling you. I don't care. I'll stand on that right now. Alcorn, other than Felix is a problem. I don't care. Like good or bad, he's very mobile. He can get out. He can move. He can throw.
Right.
Southern does not stand a chance. Because if you're going to, because literally what they're going to try to do is run down your throat. And sooner or later, you're going to have to throw the ball. I don't care what you're talking about. Right. You're going to have to throw the ball, and that's not your strong suit, and that's what Jackson State wants you to do. So stop playing. You're going to lose.
And guess what? On that point, that's why I'm not. I agree with you on Southern, but with Alcorn, see Felix mobile, and if you've seen the game, see Jackson. To me, their weakness is mobile quarterback. Like if you can have the ability to escape out the pocket, then you can get yards on Jackson. So Alcorn kind of scared me a little bit, but I think that they can handle that. But like I say, the only really game that scared me is A&M because of that man. But I still, like I say, that defense, the way they playing and the way Shador showed up today, I think it's gonna be competitive. But
I appreciate the call, my guy.
That's all I want to say, man.
No, you good.
Appreciate
it. Oh my God, there's a lot of people in here. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's going on, Austin?
What's good? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, it's Craig CB from Mississippi, man.
What's up?
Man, look here, bro. Listen, I'm a diehard Jackson State fan, man. We've been struggling for the past 10 years, man, and it's just refreshing to see what's going on at Jackson State now. But I agree with what you're saying. We still have some deficiencies and some things that we need to work on. But I see the potential in this team, and we really got a lot going on in Jackson State, man. That's going to be tough in the SWAC.
Yeah, I agree with you. The only real deficiencies, and it's not really a deficiency. Yeah, it is. Is the middle of the defense, but your defense is built. You run your scheme a certain way where it's like if you can expose it, show me you can expose it. If you can't, we're gonna expose you. So it's like that. I mean, it's because no defense is perfect. You know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be a way to get around a defensive play or whatever. But I think Jackson State is really feeling like if that's where you want to go with the ball, show me you can go there with the ball. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
And look, I agree with you also in the fact that if the SWAC doesn't get some quarterbacks that can read defenses, they can get it out, 3-step drop, get it out quick, then they're not going to beat Jackson State. You know what I mean? It's just right now with the quality of players that we have at Jackson State now, we just wear teams down. You know, I mean, you might get one or two good plays on us, but the pressure that they put on quarterbacks in the SWAC right now, it's heads and shoulders against what we're playing against right now. Other SWAC schools are definitely going to have to go out there and get the quarterback to be able to dissect and see stuff before they hike the ball to be able to get it out quick, to put it in playmakers' hands in order to be efficient against Jackson State.
Yeah, but finding quarterbacks is not like, and excuse me because I'm eating, but quarterbacks are not, you don't just find a quarterback like, hey, I found like, you know what I'm saying? Like it has to all work together. And I think people don't understand how much the scheme really helps a quarterback.
Yes, that's true.
Like you have,
that's true. But
go ahead.
Offensive line, I think in the SWAC, we got some pretty decent offensive linemen. But when you when they can line up and go 10-7, put 7 in the box and and go cover one, quarterbacks are going to have to be efficient against Jackson State in order to come out on top of Jackson State. And they're going to have to just really be able to read defenses, because Dennis Thurman, you know, with his background and with the caliber of players that we have now at Jackson State, it's going to be really imperative that quarterbacks have to play up the par against Jackson State with a need of in the select right now.
I agree with you. Hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, look, Big Mike say hello, man.
Hey, tell Big Mike I say what's up.
All right, man.
All right, peace.
You take care, bro.
What's up, Mr. Dante? Talk to me.
What's up, bro?
What's up? Talk to me.
I think it's 60% scheme, 30% Shador, and 10% receiver.
Okay, that's, okay, I like that. I like that breakdown. Okay, I can rock with you on that.
All right, I'm gonna tell you why. About to shake it up a little bit, but this is what I see. What I see is receivers running to spots. I see Shador not making reads, but what he do is he move the defense with his eyes. So all they got to do is get to that spot. He know where they're going to be at, and then that's where he deliver the ball.
Sounds pretty simple to me.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, like, it don't sound too hard. And then you got the athletes, so when they catch it, they can make you miss and take it to the house. Don't sound too hard to me.
That's the reason why, like, you don't see him ever throw with anticipation. That's because he moving around, like I said, he moving around the defense with his eyes. If the safety come up, he going deep. If the safety play back, he going short. You know, that's simple, easy. So I just think that they catered him a system that fit his skill set. You know, they put 5 receivers out there to minimize the pressure that you can put on them, you know. So that's what I see out there.
That's good. What did you see overall in the game, though?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, man. I
tried to listen to a little bit of it. I heard Nugget got a fumble. I know Newman ran back a
punt return. Yeah.
But I'm going to watch it tonight. You know I am, so I can break it down.
Yeah.
But Chris said that Nugget did all right.
Bro, Mr. Moore, they didn't throw a pass to an outside DB. Now, listen, you'll see a play where they did like I don't know, some people call it a wheel route. I call it a sluggo, where, you know, the inside guy goes outside, and the outside guy goes inside, and it's pretty much a wheel route, a deep wheel route. Right. So you could say he threw it to the boundary, but it wasn't a boundary corner. You get what I'm saying? Wow. So he did not throw a pass. Neither one threw a pass at a boundary corner. Now, I don't know about the Higgbottom play because I left before the fourth quarter started. So I heard he threw a bomb late in the game or whatever. So that could have been a boundary corner. I don't know. But I can tell you from the first to the third quarter to the end of the third quarter, no quarterback threw at a boundary receiver, like who was out on the boundary and stayed on the boundary. Not once.
Was he limping?
Nah, he wasn't limping.
Okay, because I know he was in a boot all week. So.
Nah, he wasn't limping.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna watch the tape. Y'all still doing the round table tomorrow?
We should be, depending on how everything sets up. I got he said it's now on ESPNU. Mr. Campbell said it's on ESPNU if you want to check it out.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
But it depending on, because I got a travel day tomorrow, so I gotta get back to South Carolina. So depending on when I get back, I might be able to do it.
All right. Well, I'll do the breakdown tonight when I get in the house.
All right. Too easy. Let me know.
All
right. Peace. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Let me know.
Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Other than, hey, how you doing there, Scotty?
What's goody? Talk to me. What's your name? Where you call from?
Yeah, this is James calling from San Antonio.
All right.
Yeah, Just other than A&M, who do you have? Who do you have beating J State or giving them the best chance of winning J State? Now I'll hang up and let you answer that.
Okay, hey, appreciate the call in, my guy. Appreciate the question. Oh man, if you didn't hear the question, my man said, other than Alabama A&M, who do I have beating J State? It would be. Let me see this schedule real quick. I don't want to say a team that they don't play, so let me see. All right, let me see this. All right, so they got Alabama State. That's they're not going to beat them. They got Valley. I think Bethune, and I'm still a little concerned. So the three teams will be Alabama A&M, Bethune, and Alcorn. And Alcorn is a slight possibility. Bethune is still a slight possibility. I don't really trust the quarterback, but their D-line is ferocious. Their D-line is ferocious. All right, so that's an opportunity. But it's not. Listen, your quarterback play has to be serviceable. It can't even be. It has to be good. It can't be decent. It has to be. Your quarterback play against Jackson State has to be good. If it's not, you're losing. Unless your running back is all world Reggie Bush, Kansas State Darren Sproles, who else you want to throw in there? Zeke Elliott. I mean, unless your running back is just that dude, like 230, 4 touchdowns, you're not doing it. You're not beating Jackson State. Your quarterback play has to be good. If it's not good, you are going to lose. That's it. That's it.
Dion.
Hey, calling you live. Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? What's your name? Where you call from?
Man, this is Bo calling you from Fort Worth, Texas.
What's up?
What's up with you, man? Great show, man. Great show, man. Just want to commend you on it and everything. Only thing I got is that, as you have mentioned earlier, if anybody in this way, they're going to have great quarterback play to beat Jackson State.
Yep.
They're going to have great quarterback play to beat Jackson State. If they don't have great quarterback play, no team is going to mess with Jackson State.
It's just that simple. It really is just that simple.
4 touchdowns. I must agree with you. That's all I had to say tonight, man. You guys have a blessed night tonight.
Hey, appreciate it, my guy. Thank you so much. Hey, Blue, I see that you in here, Blue. I need you to call in. Blue. I need you to call in. All right? I need you to do that for me. Put your last 4 in the digits, too, when you call. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's up, Scotty?
What's good? What's your name? Where you call from?
It's Active, man. I called in the other day.
What's up,
we
Active?
were talking about the...
Get active.
Yeah, man. Hold on for a second. Let me mute the live. I got to ask you a question.
I appreciate it.
All right, my first question for you, Script. What do you think about the game this week coming up this weekend against Monroe?
I have to be honest. I don't know much about Monroe. I'm all new to this college football scene. Like if it wasn't NFL and NBA, I wouldn't really messing with it. So I don't know much about ULM, but what I heard from I talked to Blue, and Blue is like the boy wonder of FBS and FCS. And I'm gonna have him call in and kind of help you guys with the breakdown and everything like that. But I think if that's the standard,
just give me a score. A blind score.
I can't.
Of what you
I don't
think.
know anything about.
They in the Sun Belt.
Listen. My score today was 35-10. I was damn close. I do this, but I gotta know what I'm going against. You get what I'm saying? Like I gotta know what the other team brings and is going to have. So I can't give you a blind score. All I'm gonna say is I hear a lot of people in the chat saying that's the matchup. That's the marquee game. That's this. That's that. So if that's what you guys feel that's the ceiling, that's when you know you've broken through, then hey, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't give you something that I don't know much about a team. My thing is focusing on.
I can start out by telling you they haven't won a game since 2019. So this Saturday they coming to win a game. I mean, you go whole 2020 without winning one game, and you last in the Sun Belt. So I feel like if Jackson can beat Monroe, it doesn't prove that they can be in the FBS, but it proves that they can be the second to last in the FBS in the Sun Belt Conference. But honestly, I'm proud of Shador. I'm proud of Jackson State, how they build this team.
Yeah.
Because if they don't recruit and do what they done, we don't even be talking about Jackson State. Like, you see what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right.
It's a blessing that they got this far. But they played a Kentucky team. Rodriguez is their quarterback. He threw for 79 yards and they lost 45-10. And that Kentucky team beat Mizzou today. So it's like, man, I feel like they can have a chance. I feel like Jackson State has no business losing. And but I don't think it should be a competition. Just like Alcorn beat Northwestern today. I don't feel like that's the matchup. You know, I want to see that Alabama A&M game, but I feel like Jackson shouldn't lose no games this year. Honestly, man.
If that's how you feel, yeah. Listen, that's how you feel. But hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
All right.
All right, Blue.
What's good, bro?
Talk. First of all, talk to me about the game. Well, if you don't want to talk about the game, you want to save it for the roundtable, you can. If not, you can talk about the game. But talk to me about what you see on this Jackson State team compared to top level FCS teams, because you cover all of it, and then talk to me about ULM. Go ahead, it's on you.
Okay, so I'll start with ULM. Jackson State's going to beat ULM.
Okay.
I'll just put it out there. Everyone in the chat, Jackson State should be the favorite in the ULM game. They did win a game last year. The team is garbage, and anyone who watches my channel can let you know I have been in favor of FBS relegation since we started the show. UConn, ULM, probably like two or three other teams, maybe USF, all got to go. They're garbage. They aren't up to the level of the FBS. And in terms of the FCS, man, really and truly, if Jackson State could go to the playoffs this year, I would probably say they could win a first-round game. I really do think they could do it because they have that type of talent. The problem is when you get to the top of the top, I just think those teams are going to be able to match their depth and talent. But the reason they don't think they will is because they don't watch those teams. The quarterback for, I believe it's North Dakota State, is a Virginia Tech transfer, and I'm telling you, man, he is the truth. And when you get up to those top levels, the North Dakota States, the James Madisons, the South Dakota States, the Sam Houstons, the Eastern Washingtons, the Monmouths, the Jacksonville States, all those teams are going to be able to match the personnel that Jackson State has. And listen, the way Jackson State's recruiting, Scotty, they will be there. They will be at that level to compete for an FCS championship. And I have no problem with Jackson State fans saying that. The problem is you have to give Dion more than a recruiting class, bro. How many recruiting classes has North Dakota State had put together with their 8 out of 10 national championships?
That's real.
You have to just give Dion time. And listen, we've talked about this off camera. I watch all these games. I try to watch a Southern. I try to watch an Alcorn. I try to watch a Jackson State, and I root for them. The only team from the SWAC I didn't root for was today when Alabama State played my Auburn Tigers. I was hoping Auburn put 100 on them. I'll be fair about it. And other than that, I'll root for them. But the thing is, I have no problem with Jackson State fans. The school. The problem is the delusional fans who think they're going to walk into Power 5 and can win in the Big 12 right now. I'm just being honest. Let's look at Scotty. I'll let you say it. Which SWAC school this year has even looked relatively competitive with a Power 5 team?
None. Bethune was Bethune was as close as you got.
UTEP's not Power 5. UTEP's
Oh,
not Power 5.
Oh, then nobody. No, they were getting everybody been blown out. Everybody been blown out. Baylor blew out what? Baylor blew out who today?
Texas Southern.
They blew them out. Your Auburn, they blew them boys out. I mean, it just goes on and on. They're not there. They're not there.
No, and listen, bro, and I get the chat. In FCS, it depends on what you want. But then at the same time, man, Grambling got shut out by Southern Miss today, who's arguably one of the bottom 3 teams in the CUSA.
Mm-hmm.
What conference y'all want in? The question I have, Scotty, we honestly did this. The FCS conference rankings. The SWAC was 8, right?
Yeah.
In FCS conference rankings.
Yep.
What would you be if you moved the SWAC up to FCS?
Last. Dead last.
It's gonna take time. Like the whole thing is like it's just gonna take time. Let's see what they do this year. If they win the SWAC this year, great. What does Dion do next recruiting class? Who starts next year? How many games do they win next year? Can you schedule tougher out-of-conference opponents? A move to the FBS doesn't just happen in a year of having a really good head coach.
Okay. I just wanted...
That's the only thing.
Because I know this is like your whole lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, you live, eat, and breathe FCS. So my thing was, so you're saying it's the depth that most of these high-level teams can they can push out 5 DBs like it's nothing. They can have 2 whole rotations of defensive linemen. They can have, 3 or 4 running backs that are high-level caliber. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying the SWAC is trash. The SWAC is this. I'm not going to go and say anyone's trash. All I'm saying is it's going to take time.
Okay.
Let's win the FCS first before we jump to FBS on anything like that.
Okay. That's real.
I mean, because we talked off camera. How many FCS teams have beat FBS teams this year?
None.
It's 8. 8.
I thought you said SWAC.
FCS
My bad.
teams have beat FBS. Yeah. They've all been from like the same 3 conferences in the FCS level. And for me, the next week, it's so big for Jackson State to beat UL Monroe because it is a big win. Even though UL Monroe is garbage,
mm-hmm.
it's still an important game because if they lose that game, everything's got to stop. Everything's got to stop. We got to stop talking about FCS playoffs. We got to stop talking about FBS anything. If you lose to Louisiana Monroe, go ahead and extend the timeline like 5 years. But just give Dion. If Dion can be at Jackson State, if Dion can be at Jackson State for 3 to 5 years,
yeah,
and they can, and Dion can do his thing and get them in the FCS playoffs, Jackson State has the talent, and if they continue the recruiting, will win the FCS championship. I'm just saying it right now.
I like that, Blue. That's a hot
And
take.
that's why I don't understand why everyone says like all the newcomers are haters. No, but it's just realistic. Like our podcast covers FCS, all this stuff, but it takes more than 1 year of a top 55 class and more than 1 season of getting your players together and everything like that. You have to, this is a legacy type thing, man. You can't just, like, ask Appalachian State how hard it is to be a realistic contender at the FCS level after they dominated FCS.
That's real. Man, Blue, listen, I always appreciate your insight, my guy. Anytime. Thank you for calling in, Blue. Love you, man.
For sure, my guy. Love you, right, bro.
That's my man, Blue Bloods. Make sure you go check out his channel. Great insider, FCS insider. I'm telling you, that boy knows the stuff like the back of his hand. I'm telling you. Hey, Coach Green, you live? Talk to me.
Great insider, FCS insider.
Oh, let me turn my volume down.
Go ahead.
Just had my. Oh, here you go. All right, here I go.
I know you said with the scheme, I'm gonna say 60-40, 60 the scheme, 40 Shador.
Okay.
How you feel about that?
I like the breakdown of 60, 30, 10. That's like I would do it like that. I like when Mr. Moore brought in the receivers because they do have an impact on the game. So the scheme to me is just great. It's great. I mean, like it works with Shador. It works with the talent. The scheme is great. I think people who are fans and not really football watchers, like they'll just say, "Oh, Shador's doing this. He's doing that." Shador is doing what the scheme is set up to do, which is take what the defense gives you. Period.
I'll put it like this. They haven't played nobody yet. That's what I'm gonna say.
I don't want to say no. I don't want to say nobody. I wouldn't say nobody.
I'm gonna put it like this. Except for FAMU, they haven't got a real test for somebody to hit them back in the mouth offensively. That's how I should have put it. Offensively. And they're gonna get that against ULM. They'll get that because people, I know you don't know much about ULM.
Yeah.
Me being from Louisiana, I follow all my Louisiana.
Okay,
schools.
talk to me.
They have a new coach, Terry Broughton. And they have the offensive coordinator, Rich Rodriguez.
The one that used to be for Arizona. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the offensive coordinator there. And as an offensive coordinator, he's always been pretty good. And that's how he always wound up with a Power 5 head coaching job. And him and Terry Broughton when Tulane had a little run, Terry Broughton was the head coach and Rich Rodriguez was the offensive coordinator. So this is a different ULM team that Jackson State gonna be playing from the team that used to be under that coach that used to be at McNeese State that took over there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a completely different team. So we're gonna see where they at. We're gonna really see where they at. But it's still, if they do win, it's still gonna. I still gonna say Alabama A&M gonna be the truest test because of the offense.
Mm-hmm.
But ULM could match them depth wise.
Okay. I want to see the thing for me is I want to see the offensive line against a legit D line. And FAMU was about as legit as you were going to get. Tennessee State was legit as well. And I'm telling you, if you watch the game in the first half, like the defensive scheme that they were calling up was pretty good. It was pretty good. They slowed the game down. They did.
They slowed the game down.
They did. They had some bracket calls with linebackers, looking for the drag routes. They had some the inside corners. Sometimes they would press on the inside receiver just to kind of stop the swing routes. They would show man drop three. It wasn't. I won't say it confused Shador, but it made him hesitate just a little bit. But I did like what they were doing early.
And look, I'll say this too though about what Tennessee State, because a lot of people disagreeing, because I disagree with you when you talk about the scheme they was running. I agree with the scheme. They had to run. They had to slow it down because if they played that quick, fast-paced offense that everybody else played, that game would have been out of hand.
You talking about for Tennessee State, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they would have got blown out by. They would have. It would have been like 40-7, easy, like in the first half.
Because Hugh Jackson knew that. I'm gonna say his name. I'm gonna just say Hick before I'm Jeremy. I'm gonna say Jeremy.
That's a good one.
Jeremy.
Got you.
Jeremy has happy feet.
Yeah, I saw that today. I definitely saw that today.
Yeah. And the defense was like it looked like the defense was confusing him. He didn't know where they was going to come from, and that's what caused him to have happy feet.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know which way the blitz was coming. He couldn't figure it out. So that's that. But we are, moving on from Jack State. I'm gonna talk about the Grambling game because I watched the Grambling game, and they didn't do what I was hoping they would do. I was hoping they were gonna play Noah, but they didn't play Noah because Grambling defense is as athletic as hell, so they kept them to 10 to the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And the offense was the major issue. Was they could not. It was basically like the Tennessee State game when they played them when it came to offense. Because they took Walker out and put in the backup number 2. I forgot that kid's name, but they put him in. But I think Noah's the better passer. I was hoping that they would do that because the defense did all they could as long as they could. Because you only go hold the team down for so long. 3 quarters and held them to 10.
Yep, for so long. Unless that's the identity of your team. Now, if like Alabama State, like we all know Alabama State's a defensive-minded team. So
yeah,
if they're going to every game saying we got to be the best part of this team. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a defensive-minded team with a defensive-minded, usually a defensive-minded head coach, then you're going to play a good defensive scheme, and you're going to understand that we're going to have to carry the bulk of the load coming into the game. You get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, go ahead. And I told you I don't believe in Elijah Walker. I said that in my pregame show. I said I don't believe in Elijah. I said as far as I can throw Elijah Walker is as far as he can throw the football. But go ahead.
Yeah. But Grambling is actually, ever since Favre's been there, they actually are offensive. And that's why when I did that score, I was because I knew how athletic their defense was after watching them play against Tennessee State. So I knew that they could keep them in the game. I was just hoping that they would have went to Noah, who's actually the better passer out the 2 quarterbacks that they played, to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay.
But like you said about Shador until he played, he's a freshman and he hasn't proved anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like he's a better quarterback and he could manage the game better and hit the receivers that the 2 quarterbacks that was in the game was actually missing. Because they had opportunities, they just wasn't completing.
That's fair.
Oh, and this is my last thing, and then I'm gonna be out. You said 2 quarterbacks. There's actually 3, in my opinion.
Who's the third?
And
Jawan?
I believe
Come on, Jawan.
you quarterback.
Who?
Bethune-Cookman quarterback.
No.
The bomb.
No. I watched him against UTEP. He's not that guy. He's good. I wouldn't even say good. He's serviceable, but he's not. Jackson State will make him look bad. Jackson State will make him look bad.
I'll put it like this. They play. Matter of fact, are you doing a pregame show for Alabama A&M versus Bethune-Cookman?
Yeah, that's going to be my game of the week.
Thursday?
Yeah, that's going to be my game of the week.
Okay. We're going to find out then. Because Bethune-Cookman never had a quarterback that actually did what he did against UTEP. They ain't never had a quarterback like that before. This is the best passing quarterback they had since I've been watching Bethune-Cookman. This is the best passing quarterback they had.
Okay. But you're not understanding.
He's a pure pocket passer.
To me, I feel like I get it. But even in the UTEP game, like it was nothing. I mean, he hit a couple of times, but it was nothing like he was like, oh wow. Like I didn't get watching him. I didn't say, oh wow. I was just like, okay, like you threw it out route. Okay,
he managed the game. He managed the game. He ain't wow you, but he managed the game.
That's what I'm saying.
And he did decent. Against UCF.
If talent
took over with UCF.
If decent was in Tennessee State, that's a closer game. If decent, listen, that's the crazy thing about it is if you have the surrounding pieces, you can be decent at quarterback and beat Jackson State. You just have to have everything else clicking. So you can't can't be the deficiency factor. You can't be the weak link of the team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you
the thing about Bethune-Cookman, they have the tight ends. They have the tight end that they can hit on a team like Jackson.
You get what I'm saying? And that's listen. You get, and I really hope that teams are listening. You get a tight end on Shiloh, and people are going to the comments go be like, "Oh, he made him fumble." That's not what I'm saying. Shiloh's a hitter, so we all understand he's going to hit you. That don't matter if you're a tight end, a running back, or whatever. He's going to hit you. I'm saying in coverage, if Shiloh has to cover a tight end, that is a mismatch. That is a guaranteed completion. Guaranteed.
And check this out. That tight end for Bethune-Cookman is all conference tight end, and he's 6'6".
So that would be my. And if you once again, if you watch the game, if you're a football watcher, you would see that in the third quarter they took Shiloh out of coverage, put him single high, and manned up everywhere else. That's how they got. That's how they got around it, so they wouldn't put Shiloh in coverage or put Shiloh on a tight end, because that's the weak link. It's the same thing with Cam. Cam is a great. He's a great man. Listen, that kid can read and react better than a lot of people at his age and at his skill set. But he's short. He's small. You have to take advantage of that stuff, man. You even if it's just a 5-yard hitch with a tight end, you have to take advantage of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna say this today. I'm gonna be done for real. As everybody they've been playing, they've been daring them to see if they could throw. So I'm looking forward to seeing what type of adjustments they make, that Jackson State defense will make once people start figuring them out. That could like pick up the blitz like Alabama A&M. I want to see what type of adjustments that the defensive coordinator will make, because I think he got some adjustments, but nobody just made him make enough adjustments to that he had to change up his blitz scheme. So nobody tested him yet as far as passing wise.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right,
so I'm looking forward to seeing that though.
Hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
All right.
Excuse me. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, look, bro. I'm just calling, man. I wanted to say, I don't see you with the sheet out talking about the predictions from earlier.
Oh, and, nobody won.
Too. Huh?
Nobody won.
Oh, okay. I didn't really know how you. I just wanted to let you know I was close to it.
What'd you get? What'd you put?
But I had 34-3.
And you were close, Mark?
You know. Yeah.
No, you weren't. You weren't close. You weren't close at all.
That was somewhat in the range.
34-3. That's in my 35-10 was way closer than your. Because remember they got 16.
Well, I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot happened right at the end of the game too. I was like, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Lomax was actually the closest with 35-21. And somebody else had 34-17. The realtor out of Atlanta, he had 35, and then somebody and N.O. Joe had 35-28. So yeah, so I thought it was going to hit. My 35-10 was going to hit. But you know, they was, you know, Jackson State kickers and you know, all kind of crazy stuff. But go ahead. What was your other question?
And I was just gonna reiterate too. I guess Blue Bloods was trying to missing what you're trying to say. Like, just because he the best quarterback at Bethune-Cookman, that don't mean like that's good enough, bro. We talking about the best in college football on the top level like that. You know, these guys hitting in all colleges. We just saying like, is Prime really doing it? Do he have that kind of talent at that school right now? That's the main thing, you know.
Say that again. I'm sorry. What?
I said about him saying that Bethune-Cookman have a good quarterback, that the best quarterback they ever had. I mean, that's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? That for that school, whatnot. We talking about the whole college football. We talking about like, if JSU got a good enough team right now to compete against, say, Colorado or, you know, one of those teams in the Division I right now.
Man, bye. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, we're not doing this today. I said it from the jump. I said, if somebody calls in my line talking about Jackson State could compete with FBS, no, you can't. You're not Colorado State. I don't care who you want to talk about. You're not on that level. You're not. Auburn. I mean, Power 5. What team?
No, come on. We ain't talking about somebody that's getting top tier talent. Like, okay, it's a lot of good schools in I mean, not.
Could you
not
beat
really
Pitt?
just
I mean, let me ask you this.
individual- It's a lot of schools.
Let me ask you
bro.
this. I'm gonna ask you a question. Could you beat University of Pitt? Could you
Man,
beat
come
Coastal
on,
Carolina?
man.
I'm asking. These aren't
Stretch.
Power 5 schools. Can you beat Coastal Carolina?
Let's jump. Let's maybe.
Bye. But what is?
East
Let me ask you this.
Carolina,
Let me ask you
maybe.
this. I won't even hang up on you. Let me ask you this. What does that matter if the same SWAC fans that you bitch and moan about the Celebration Bowl and how it's so important, you don't even want to play in the FCS playoffs because it don't make you money, but you want to play FBS teams? Make that make sense to me.
I
Make
don't
that
know
make sense
about
to
all
me.
that, bro. I'm talking about the current movement. I ain't talking about what they've been on, because what's been going on haven't been working, bro.
So
I'm talking about what Prime on right now.
So
man.
what I'm
That's
saying
the only
is,
thing.
so what I'm saying to you is, I'm gonna ask you this, right? My thing is this: shouldn't you worry about winning the FCS national championship before playing FBS teams? Because it's either one or two ways.
Indeed.
You keep the celebration.
Indeed. You want to
Go
make
ahead.
you want to do that, but you also want to get in the bowl game too, so you can increase the revenue at your school. Regardless of what it is, if you know what I'm saying, in the bowl game, you can win the FCS, but also be, you know what I'm saying, get a bid.
It's no. No. You can't go to the FCS because you've opted out to do the Celebration Bowl. That's one. Two, if I can, this is the only way it works is if come in the next 2 years, if Deion decides to stay, right? So not this year, but the next year. If you schedule a North Dakota State or Sam Houston State or James Madison or whatever high level FCS team to your schedule and play and win or whatever, then you take that and you have to live with that. And that's it. That's all you can rock with because you have been slated for the Celebration Bowl. But I can't understand how people, and I won't say this is you directly, but what bothers me is I have people in the comments talking about they want to go FBS, but they won't even go play FCS playoffs. They don't even want that. It doesn't make money, Scotty. Why would we be there?
Look, you got to handle your business at home first in your own conference, regardless. And bro, like I said, it's all new. Like I said, Prime just brought my attention to a lot of, and then a lot of young kids with the basketball. They was catching my eye when they was going, but a lot of my folks went to Alcorn.
Mhm.
The details and intricacies of it, I'm sorry, bro, I don't know them like that.
Mhm.
But I'm telling you, Dion kind of brought me to this movie. So what they done messed up and did, like a lot of colleges got their stuff out of those things, was working their stuff around. I'm sure once they get some good things flowing their way, they can rework their deals and get everything how they want it to. It just takes some time, and hopefully Prime stay there, bro.
Let me say this. I'm gonna let you go.
You know, it ain't just no.
And listen,
All right.
I'm on the same boat. I'm on the same boat as you. Deion brought me on this. Deion brought me to this island as well. I ain't gonna lie to you. But my thing is this:
okay,
it's hard for people who have been doing the same thing for so long to have somebody like Deion come in and rock the boat and say, "Hey, why the Celebration Bowl and why not the whole thing?" You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people are going to say, well, Deion, that's $1 million that both of our conferences get, and we need that money. And then Deion's like, if we compete at the highest level, why not go get a championship? So I don't want to hear nobody in my comments talking about, oh, Scotty, we're going undefeated in the SWAC. What does that mean? It doesn't mean
Hey,
anything.
you need to find out if they alum. If those alum and all that set all this up in place before people start getting on and trying to support this.
Yeah.
Then we need to get on them. Like, what y'all put in place that had this so messed up? I know y'all was trying to make it, but bro, we got a real opportunity. And y'all blowing it. People was ready to support it to see it go big.
Yeah. But hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
I appreciate.
Hey, Mr. Campbell, you live. Talk to me.
Scotty, I want to throw something at you.
Talk to me.
I think you're totally right. But I want to give you something historical that Deion has a shot to do. And I'm not trying to talk crazy about being Power 5.
No, go ahead.
But let me tell you something about the state of Mississippi. In the state of Mississippi, Jackson State actually has the best football tradition. And let me tell you something. In the 80s and the 70s, and even to the early 90s, most African-American players in the state of Mississippi, the best ones, did not go to Ole Miss and Mississippi State. They either went to Jackson State or they went out. All those great guys, they played at Alabama, they played at LSU. And I'm telling you, all these people, old black people, black coaches, if Deion can get Jackson State back right, he will out-recruit Ole Miss. Because Ole Miss and Mississippi State is one of the few schools, like you have black people in Georgia, they root for Georgia or Florida or Alabama.
Yeah.
That's not how it is in the state of Mississippi. Black people hate Ole Miss and Mississippi. Hate them. Hate them. They don't really like Mississippi State either. So Deion's got a shot to go head-to-head when he goes and get the best players in the state of Mississippi. And I guarantee he has a 50-50 shot with any one of those players.
Mm-hmm.
Any one of those players. Because Ole Miss doesn't have clout like that. Ole Miss had to pay players to come when they had that bowl run. Pay them. Because they don't have it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it sounds crazy, but Jackson State has the best football tradition in the state of Mississippi. Now, here's another thing. We have got to stop comparing top Power 5 schools to the SWAC or anybody else. Because it's not the same. We know it's not the same. But what I will say is the lower end D1 schools, because that's what I'm used to saying, whatever F is.
Yeah.
Low one D1 schools.
Yeah.
What Deion has done, if you watch that scheme with Thurman, which is very rare, he is able to put 4 defensive backs that could cover man-to-man. That's unheard of.
Facts.
He can go man-to-man, which means he can run stunts. He can bring guys off the edge. That's why 12 can come. He's running that old Miami cover 2 a lot. Those safeties, that's why you don't see Shiloh in coverage.
Nope.
Him and that boy 12, they run that old Miami cover 2 because Miami used to have corners that could go man up and those safeties would float. And that's what Dennis Thurman is doing. That's exactly what he's doing. And they are going to be dangerous. And also another thing, too, when you have a freshman QB, he's not going to be looking off guys and things like that. You got to learn that. That takes a lot of time. You have a lot of pro quarterbacks don't know how to look safeties off. So we got to kind of dial back, what some of these things people are comparing, because there's a lot of apples and oranges. I think what you're doing is a great job of being a good moderator. But when people call in and they're going to beat Alabama or they're going to do that, stop. Stop. For real. So I'm going to say one last thing. My Rattlers won.
I knew it was coming. I knew he was coming.
See, but this is the thing, too. And why we missed a golden opportunity to beat JSU. Because our defense is legit. Our quarterbacks are trash, but our defense is legit. So we're going to see how this thing play out because the round robin starts next week.
Hey, question for you.
And Alabama A&M.
Hey, question for you. I heard Rashawn McKay came back in the game. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay. So they started Junior because I was watching both games.
Okay.
So Junior started off, threw a touchdown, but then he threw 2 picks. So that's when the game was 7-7. And I told you Willie got kind of nervous. So he went to McKay. The offense started moving, but our running attack started going. But the problem is, and I think you and I talked about this, and this happens with all the quarterbacks other than Shador on this level. Nobody is pushing the ball down the field. They're doing dinks and dunks.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing slant screens and all that. You've got to push the ball down the field. And McKay just can't do that.
Gotcha.
He can't do it. He looks for his first read, just like the kids from Tennessee State. Once they don't have that first read, they run it.
Yep.
They run it. And that's the problem. So we got a great defense, and we've got great offensive weapons, but that QB position still is going to have to be a problem.
Little rocky. All right. Hey, Mr. Campbell, you're always good with me. Appreciate the call.
Hey, man, keep going on, brother.
Yes, sir. Hey, what's up, David? Talk to me.
What's happening, man?
What's good?
I've been catching up on the games. I missed a little bit of it. I was at work earlier today. But I can say, man, just like this, the O-line, they played good. The defensive line, the whole defense played outstanding today. Like, running to the ball, getting tackles, you know what I'm saying, getting in the basket. And that's basically what's going. Like, they dared them to throw at them. They didn't do it. That's the consequences. For those people who talk about in the chat, man, talking about we need to go
Power 5 FBS. No, we don't. We need to stay where we at and try to dominate FCS. I don't care what anybody say. We don't have that type of money and the type of resources to even compete in the FBS right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If there was the case, it would be something like Sun Belt, one of the lower, lower levels, conferences that's in the FBS, but we will never, we won't be able to do nothing like that. I ain't saying we don't. I'm not giving up on it, but I'm saying like right now, we don't have that type of resource. We don't have that type of money, and people just need to kind of get out their damn feelings. They they emotional. So far, I'm giving Shador. I'm giving him an A-. He missed some passes throughout the game, but 30 for 40 for 359 and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's still a good game for him, and he got he's letting the game come to him and not letting the game, letting the game affect his mental. Like if you basically looking at it, you watch, you seen him twice. He's playing like he's a seasoned vet instead of like, incoming freshman.
Yeah.
And you don't see too many quarterbacks like that in college football right now. You know what I'm saying? There's only a handful, like a hand you can count probably on one hand, but you don't see that. Like he could take, that pressure. He wants that pressure. And he wants all the smoke.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
Anytime, bro.
Hey, appreciate it for real. All right, listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. Y'all can call me emotional. I'll take it. I'll do it for myself. I'll call myself emotional. The next person I see talk about Quincy Casey, I'm blocking you. Off rip. I'm not even playing. I'm not even playing with it. Say something else about my man Quincy Casey, I'm blocking you. Straight up. You can call me emotional. You can call me whatever you want. I'm blocking you. Listen. I don't care. I'm blocking you. Next thing come across my next comment come across my thing, says something about Quincy Casey, I'm blocking you. It's just that simple. Just that simple. All right, we'll leave it at that. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Hey, what's up, bro? It's Terry again, bro.
What's good?
I want to ask you, how did you enjoy the classic?
Oh man, this shake was way better than Miami. Way better than Miami.
Yeah, I told you though. I told you.
Man, listen, I had such a great time. Like no bullcrap. Like my girl enjoyed it. Memphis has been dope, man. For real. Memphis has been super, super dope. It is what it is. This joint was packed. This joint is. It was so packed. It was crazy. Like for what I thought. FAMU would have been is what the Southern Heritage Classic was.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the reason why I didn't go to Miami. I'm like, man, I just wait till the classic. But I want to say a couple things real quick, then I'm gonna hit the town. SWAC schools, teams need to just stop playing SEC teams. Like it's an embarrassment for the whole conference. Like it's just an embarrassment. Like Alabama State playing Auburn, why?
I gotta get that money.
I mean, I understand that, but it doesn't help the conference whatsoever. It just makes every school in the SWAC look bad. To me, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, as people say, it's still exposure. You know what I'm saying? It's still exposure.
I mean, yeah. 61 to whatever man, that was terrible. Terrible. Now, like I don't know if you watched what's the NC and the A&T against Duke.
Yeah.
Now, that was a good game. The score didn't show that it was a good game, but it was a pretty decent game.
Okay.
Like they was in the game. They just didn't finish all 4 quarters.
That's real.
Like for a second, I had, I was thinking that they would actually kind of beat Duke for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But come on, man, Alabama State, bro, they blocked the field goal and ran it all the way back. Come on, man. this is man.
Just stupid stuff.
Like
just
that's
stupid
embarrassing,
stuff.
bro.
Just stupid
That's
stuff.
just embarrassing.
Yeah. But
and another thing, like the girl said, we're gonna get your girl on the right team too. Instead of Alabama A&M, we're gonna get with Jackson State. Same with my girl.
Bro,
she was watching the game.
She is not.
She was watching the game, bro, at the house. She was watching the game at the house. And my girl, she's a TSU fan. And, bro, she was like, I'm finna get ready to throw this 60-inch TV. I'm so mad. I'm like,
listen, bro.
But
she's not. That's a done deal, bro. That is a done deal. She is not jumping on no Jackson State bandwagon with me. It is strictly Alabama A&M all day, every day for her.
I understand, bro. I understand. Oh, and with Shedeur, I've been saying this even in the spring. I think I called in back then too. I've always said that that he was a good quarterback, even before he took a snap as a starting quarterback for JSU. Because I watched him and followed him, when he was in high school. Like he played my brother high school in Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to that game. Man, he thrashed him. So I'm like, man, this man. And then when he committed to Jackson State, and he comes Jackson, I'm like, man, he's a good quarterback. And I feel like later on in the season, like his numbers are gonna get better. Like tonight, what you just said, that was like a great game.
Yeah.
I think later in the season, it's gonna be even better, in my opinion.
We'll see. We shall see. Hey, appreciate the call, Terry.
All right, man. I'm gonna get out. All right.
Do you think? Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Antonio from Georgia. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Talk to me.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask you. So I saw your video when you broke down Niles Gaddy.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and I and I thoroughly enjoyed it because you had made some great points. But I wanted to ask you, what you think of James Houston? I think he did.
That dude
he
is a freaking monster. He is a freaking. If you want to know the definition of a dog, it's literally 3 players. It's about 4 or 5 players on the defense. Coinus Miller, Owens, Evans or Owens, whatever his name is, number 99, 94.
Yeah, Owens from Georgia Tech.
God, he's a problem. Coinus Miller, the boy from Georgia Tech, Shiloh, Houston, and Cam. Them 4 or 5 dudes right there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen, I'll take them to war with me any day. Any day.
Yeah, because I was looking at Niles Gaddy, and I'm just like, okay, like he out there, but yeah, James Houston just especially coming from being a linebacker at Florida, to going on the line, I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work, but his hand placement and like every play he was hitting something. Every play.
He is a problem. It's like some people like, yo, you got to block that kid, like. And I said it in my I didn't say this about Houston, but I said it about the Georgia Tech transfer. I said, you either run away from him or you run at Niles Gaddy. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's the only 2 choices you got.
Yep.
And for real, you either run away from him or you run wherever Niles Gaddy is. And Coinus Miller really showed up in this game. For real. I mean, 94 and 99 were literally everywhere on that D line. So, and I know that's Blue Bloods guy. He was a former Auburn goo, but man, I'm telling you, that boy, I would go to war with them boys. Like, they're gonna give you everything they got, and that is Shiloh, I mean, you don't like Nugget. We already know what Nugget is, so I'm not calling Nugget a dog. He's a one of a one. He's one of one. But I'm just talking about like some straight dogs that you just take into like a foxhole, like to really like dig it out. Man,
really brawl, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm taking them boys right there. Listen, I know people like, what about Aubrey Miller? Nah. I'm taking Houston.
That was
Miller.
I tell people all this like I agree with what you were saying with Alabama A&M, how people think that just they're gonna run in there and just blow them out the water. The thing is that people don't understand is because again, by the time Jackson State gets to that point, they wouldn't pay a quarterback that's even close to knowing how to get the ball off that fast, to where when the pressure comes, the ball's already gone.
Yeah.
Like Shedeur kind of has it where, you know, a couple times he would just like he would have it at his hand so fast that he'd be like, what's the point of us even rushing? But that's why, like, what people saying that, because also too, these corners, the only thing that's gonna kill them is they're not gonna have a lot of throws their way. So when they do get to Alabama and A&M, where they're gonna throw the ball regardless, it don't matter what you're doing. It's just gonna be a fight on who's just more talented.
Man. Listen, and we had a whole. I literally had a whole conversation about that with some JSU alumni who saw me walking around the stadium. They was like, they'll stop and ask me some football questions, which is funny. But you know, we talked about some Alabama A&M stuff. But I agree with you. It's a strength against a strength. And if that's my strength, listen, you just gonna have to beat me. Like some things, like some things, it's not even like some things in football, you know, is just what it is. Kansas City's gonna throw the ball, stop us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know what it is. You know what it is. Like back in the day when, you know, the Cowboys and Zeke were running, we were like a power running team. We're gonna run with Zeke, stop us.
Right.
You know it's coming. So I think that's the kind of game I really can't wait to see, where literally it's probably not going to be like not much like disguising or nothing like that. Like, look, we going to get back here. We're going to throw it 40, 50 times. Stop us. That's it.
I agree. And one thing I say too with Shedeur, he a freshman, so like I'm not going to hold it against him. But I don't know if you remember the play. I don't know if you was watching this still then, but it was when the kicker missed the field goal when they didn't go for it on fourth down. It was second and I believe like 7 or something like that. And he kind of was calling something out to Shane Hooks, but Shane Hooks had one-on-one on the outside and they ran it and it kind of got like 2 yards. But I feel like once he gets that factor to just throw it to your receivers, like on a fade route like that, to where you got a 6'5" receiver that's literally one-on-one with no safety over the top. I think once he started just seeing that and being like, hold on, let's change this. I'm betting on my guy. You know what I mean?
You know, I get you. Like my guy's better than your guy. Yeah, I get you. My guy's better than your guy.
Right. Like I'm gonna throw the fade right, because like I was thinking, because when he was kind of changing at the line, I said, oh, he about to throw that fade right there. That's wide open. But they ran it, and I was like, he's still a freshman, so I can't expect him to do, you know, a kill glass type thing. Because last year, like when the kids they played Jackson State, he was just like, y'all gonna have to beat us. I'm gonna just throw this thing out there. My receiver's gonna go get it.
I'm gonna just throw this thing.
You know, but
you're right. I'm gonna just throw this.
But once he gets that, but I think it was all. I think it was a good game for sure. Like I don't know where this Jackson State going to the FBS is coming from. It's still.
Oh shoot, man! I am so sorry. That was on me. My bad, my guy. Slip of the finger. That is totally on me. I apologize, my guy. For real, I do apologize. That was not on purpose. Hey, caller, you loud, talk to me.
What's up, bro?
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, this Josh from Memphis, Tennessee. Damn, I can't believe you picked up the phone.
Yeah, it's a call-in show. Of course, I picked up the phone. What's up?
Yeah, I forgot that I had called in, but what I was going to ask, you still in Memphis?
Yeah,
hey, I swear to God, I've been on a hold for 2 hours.
I mean, I'm so sorry, bro. I do apologize. It's been a lot of callers. Yeah, I'm still in Memphis. What's good?
Hey, I was trying to see, how did you like the experience?
Man, it was awesome. Listen, Memphis is lit, bro. I love Memphis. I would come back. I would come here before I went back to Miami. For real.
Oh, everything. I was gonna ask you, was you getting back out tonight?
I don't know. We right on Bill Street, so we might walk down it and just see what the vibe is. But depending on how long, I got a couple more callers to take and probably gonna end the show. But We might get back on Bill Street and just chill. But nah, Memphis, man, listen, this thing was fun, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. I had a good time.
I bet. Definitely check that out. We're gonna go back down on that.
All right,
But
say less.
That was it, though. Appreciate it.
Hey, no, appreciate it.
All
right. Yeah, man. Listen, shout out to Memphis. Let me drop some bombs. Drop some bombs for Memphis, man. Memphis has been nothing but love, bro. For real, nothing but love. I would come back to Memphis way before I went back to Miami. I ain't even gonna hold you. That is no lie whatsoever. Hey, caller, you lie. Talk to me.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little faded, but talk a little louder.
What about now?
Yeah, I'm okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. First of all, I just want to appreciate you, man. Everything you're doing for the HBCUs, and definitely, man. I was looking at the game, and that defense is just getting better every week. I say the defense is what won it. Yeah, they put up 38. It's funny, I didn't know what you called in score, but I called it 35-10 as well. And I just, as long as the defense keeps getting better, the offense is going to start gelling a lot more, and they just have to get more proficiency on that offensive side. But definitely, they're not ready for no bigger schools. I mean, they're in their certain groove of where they are. But I would say this: if they defense and they keep playing the way they're playing, and then they win the championship this year, what they could do is what the other caller was saying. A lot of D1 talent could start wanting to come to JSU and not go to these bigger schools. And what you start seeing more D1 players at Jackson State, and it can start switching to something that they hadn't had to long way back in the 80s and 70s. So that could be something in the future to see. Give it about 2 or 3 more years, you start seeing more top D1 players coming to JSU if they can keep this winning streak or these top defense up, get their offense up, and winning at Jackson State. So with that, man, I don't want to hold you. I know you got a lot of people that keep up the great work, man. I'm following you, man. I support you. And it's going to be a good ride, man.
Hey, appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate the call as well. And I apologize for the long hold.
Yeah, it's King Lindsay, man, out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, appreciate the call. Hey, guys, listen. I apologize for the long hold, but that's what I try to tell y'all. If you get the membership, and it could be the $4.99 membership, I'm not even trying to break your pockets. Like, if you get the membership and you have the little icon, you can do what David Smith has done and N.O. Joe do. They just put their last 4 in the chat. I see the icon. I go to them next. So, I mean, if you don't mind holding, that's cool. All right. If you don't mind holding, that's cool. But at the end of the day, I know people got to get on and get on with their life. So, hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Hey, what's up? This is Dre out of Charlotte.
What's good, man?
What's good, man? So I see you in Memphis. I was able to watch the game, and everything. I do agree with you where Shedeur is probably the second best quarterback behind Akil.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to see the fact that he was able to move, even though they didn't score at the against FAMU like that, he was able to move rarely with no problems. And what I do like about what he does is that he doesn't really throw a lot of interceptions like a lot of freshmen do, and his ball placement is really on point. You could tell that, that's something you can't teach. You either have it or you don't. Also believe when it comes to, is the scheme, is it him? I think kind of 50-50, because no matter what scheme you have, you got to have some type of talent to run it. I think the only person that can run his offense is Akil, and I think Shedeur can run Akil's offense also. Because you have to be a pocket quarterback. You got to be able to read and react and, that type of football intelligence.
I'll say this. Akil's offense is completely different than what is being ran at JSU. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh yeah.
Listen, it's not even close to being the same.
Yeah, I told but I would at least I guess I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt for his IQ. You know, giving the benefit of the doubt for his IQ that at least he will have the talent better than most of the SWAC quarterbacks. I think the SWAC, for the outside of well, hearing what y'all said about FAMU's quarterback situation, which to me I put that on Willie Simmons, because to me he should have had the balls to pull and start his freshman out. I'm a person who believes you always start talent. If also you had a 4th-year junior who's barely beating a freshman, let me start the freshman and let him get experience. If you've been in the system for 3 years and you can't thoroughly outplay my freshman coming in, then I might as well just start the freshman. So, but it was a good game. I'm interested to see. I'm also interested to see that Bethune-Cookman game
versus Alabama A&M.
That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
You know, Bethune-Cook has always been a good. They've always, once again, they're Florida, so there's enough talent around Florida for everybody. And
Yeah.
they get. So that's gonna be a good game. I'm interested to see how they do. Only thing I heard y'all talking about the DBs and the when Alabama and JSU play. So, that's gonna be definitely a great matchup, because the one thing Deion did is all his corners are man to man. He don't have any zone corners. You know, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be basically, are you better than me? You know, can your 5 wides beat my 5 corners? You better be able to get open.
That's facts.
You know, and we all know he's not throwing against Nuggets, so the other 4 better be able to, you know, I think Akil is special. I don't know if his receivers are special though. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this, and I'm gonna have to let you go off this one. And I somewhat agree with you. I had a conversation with somebody about that. I said,
yeah,
wait. No, you just went on for like 30 minutes. I ain't say nothing. Chillax. So my point was this, is that with the receivers of Jackson State, they can get on your head. And what I mean by that is they can take the top off. They play above the rim. I believe Akil's receivers are great hand catchers, but they're not above the rim receivers. What I mean by that, they're not good 50-50 jump ball receivers. Now go ahead. Say your point.
You think that they'll be able to separate though? To me, if anything, I give Akil. I think he's great, and I think he puts his, you know, players in great position. But one thing I think is more Akil. You know, because sometimes it's just talent. You know, if anything, I worry about with Alabama A&M receivers, them being able to separate. Maybe especially going once you get to the 3rd and 4th, 5th receiver. You see what I'm getting at?
Listen. Hold on. Separation matters, yes, but also trust. Like Akil trusts his receivers to be where they're supposed to be. Akil trusts his receivers to. There's a thing that Michael Irvin used to always say, that, and I'm gonna have to let you go after this. There's a thing that Michael Irvin used to say to Troy Aikman. He would say, it's my job to make Troy look good. He said, if Troy threw a bad ball, it's my job to either one, make sure it's not picked off, or make sure I catch it. So there has to be a trust factor that goes in between that. When that ball is when Akil, if I got a all slant call or an all go call and I let that ball fly, I have to trust that Zay, Abdul, Hilaire, Juice are going to do whatever is possible to come down with that ball. They're not going to leave me hanging. And I think I think they have so much confidence in themselves and in their system that's what makes them different than a lot of other teams that are trying to plug in a new quarterback or do something new.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. That Bethune-Cookman is gonna tell a lot though. I'm interested. I haven't seen Bethune play, but
gotta let you go.
They've always
gotta let you go. It's a lot of callers. Gotta let you go. Thanks for the call.
I appreciate it.
Whoo, that boy can talk. All my girl gonna say, I told you need a timer. You need a timer. I told you need a timer. for people like that. That's what she says. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me. Okay, that was quick. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, nah.
Yeah, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, go on down there to Baton Rouge.
I'll be down there I'll be at the Boombox Classic.
Go on down there. You want real experience? Take it down there. Because JSU going to get better. That's all I got to say. They did all right tonight. I ain't seen them with bass like that in some years.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely be at the Boombox. That's gonna be live. Yeah, I can't miss that.
All right, that's all I got to say.
I appreciate it. Shoot, I like callers like that. That was easy peasy right there. Lemon squeezy. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, I was listening to Blue Blood, and he was saying that ULM had a pretty bad team. It was kind of like trash. But I just wanted to correct him on that fact of ULM. It has wins over Mississippi State, Kentucky, Kentucky, Mississippi State, and they the only team that in the last 20 years can say they had a win over Alabama. You know, so that's not going to be a walk in the park for Jackson against ULM. That's going to be a good game, and the teams kind of mirror each other because the offensive coordinator for ULM is his son is the quarterback. Is the quarterback for ULM. This is what I want to ask you.
What's up?
We have Florida A&M, Jackson State, Alcorn. All these schools been in existence for 100 years. And in HBCU history, we have never had a team to play FBS football. And blacks make up 90% of every football team in the United States, except for schools in the Ivy League, like Yale and Harvard. Why is it that when we have a team looks like they're going to move in that direction, we have so much animosity towards that team? And the team I'm talking about is Jackson State.
Okay, what's the question? What's the question?
The question is, my question is, why? Why is it that in 100 years, out of all the black players which make up all these teams, we don't have one FBS HBCU football team that's playing in HBCU? Why do you think that is?
That is a good question. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go off of maybe because a lot of people say the way the states didn't provide funding and just being held back to do certain things. If it was upgrading a school or upgrading facilities or anything like that and not getting the money that they needed, not alumni, not donating. I mean, it's just, I'm repeating what I've heard people call in about my show about when I've talked about money stuff. So I'm just repeating that. So I couldn't tell you why, but like I said, I'm just repeating what everybody else has said.
I heard one guy say, maybe these schools need to stop playing against these bigger schools. But when you have a draft, when the NFL drafts, you're not. I mean, you're in the same pool with these teams that you don't want to play against. Case said that my player is inferior to those players because you want to play in the same league that they playing in. They're not going to draft from a fantasy league. You got to show that you can play with these boys. You got to show that you can be a part of these teams, But if you don't never try to get up that hill, you're always gonna live on the bottom of that hill. You have to show these parents with these kids that your school is just as compatible as that school. That's why they play those schools, and then they play for the money value too. But hey, it's a crapshoot when you play these teams. But hey, you got to get out there and at least show these recruits that hey man, that we can play big ball too.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
Yeah.
Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, yeah, I can answer the question that the last caller was talking about.
Okay, what's your name?
This is Tom.
All right, Tom, go ahead.
So look, in 1966, right? That's when they integrated. They integrated
football
and,
schools. Go ahead.
Yeah, football. So 1969, when USC came down there and beat who was that? Alabama. Yeah. So before 1966, you ain't had no money yet because Texas and schools like that they wouldn't play HBCUs. You know, when Walter Payton them was at Jackson State, they had 2 first rounders in 1975. It was Walter Payton and Robert Brazile.
Can we speed this up?
So
You gotta speed this up.
Yeah.
Get to the point.
So the talent, you know, it's just when we had the talent, it's coming back though. It's coming back to the HBCU.
But you're not answering his question though. His question is why haven't we moved up to FBS?
That's what he said.
He said, why can't a SWAC team move up to an FBS program?
Because we integrated into going to other schools rather than going to our own schools. That's what happened. Instead of sending our kids to our HBCUs, we sent them to USC and we send them to those schools that don't represent us as a people. You know what I'm saying? Your sports should be a direct reflection on your student body, really.
Let me tell you. Okay, let me say this. As much and I have to give credit, as much fun as I had at the game, I don't think it was like I've been to a Virginia Tech game. I forgot what they call it. I've been to it's another college game I've been to, but the Virginia Tech game, like half the stadium is standing up. They're yelling constantly. It's way more it feels way more bigger than what it is. It feels like you're a part of something huge. At the black game, honestly, it was just about the bands. Like it really, like everybody was just.
Let me say something to you. Okay, when you go to a game like that, everybody in that stadium is getting paid, but those athletes. They only let the athletes in there to make money, right? So when you go to those games,
what game are we talking about? Black or white game?
Like let's say you go to USC in Texas or something like that, right? You go to a game like that. The band director's getting paid. The people selling food and everybody's getting paid. You got all the universities getting paid. You know what I'm saying? But what they did, they integrated the black athlete, man, to make all the money. But see, before 1966,
what's that guy? What?
Before 19.
What?
Yeah.
Listen, you're missing my point. I'm saying, listen. One, we understand this funding. Stop going back to integration. We know what that is. Okay,
That's the big part of it, though.
But at the same time,
that's why the only reason those black students, most of them, look, man. The only reason most of those kids are at those schools is because they dumb down the scores to let them in. But the athletes, if I want to go and just be a regular student, I still got to make whatever it is on the SAT to get in, to walk through the front door. All I'm saying is when you go to something like that, you need to go to like a
Go to the Jackson State Southern game. Go to the Jackson State Southern game.
All right.
Go to the Jackson State Alcorn game.
Okay. All right. Appreciate the call. Listen, guys. This is my point. When I go to these games, even at the FAMU Jackson State game, it seemed like nobody really cared about the game. It seemed like everybody was watching the game, but nobody was watching the game. If you get what I'm saying, I hope I'm keeping up with y'all. At this Heritage Classic game, I think more people were into the actual game, just a little bit more. But I felt like there was the only energy I felt throughout the whole game was when somebody scored and when the band played. That's it. That's it. That's the only energy I felt throughout the whole game. Everybody else just sitting there. Hey, yeah, I was just, hey, did you bring those snacks? You bring those snacks? Okay, you brought the snacks. All right, did you get the chips? Yeah, I got the chips. You got the drinks. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go give me some funnel cake. I really enjoyed the funnel cake. Like that's what it was, and it didn't seem like anybody actually cared to watch the game. There's people outside tailgating. They're not even watching it. You don't even know what the score is. You're just outside in the parking lot cooking, listening to music. What is it's so backwards. I don't get it. When I go to a Dallas Cowboy tailgate, I walk through, I say about 7 out of 10 people, 70% of the people have a TV to watch the Cowboys game. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hey, caller, you loud, talk to me. Hey, caller, you loud, talk to me. Man must be calling and hanging up. Hey, caller, you loud, talk to me.
Hey, you missed the point though, man. Okay, let me explain to you why people don't pay attention to the game, right?
What's your name? Where you calling from?
This Tom calling back.
Oh, go ahead, Tom.
So look. When you got we talking about talent, right? So you got all of these HBCUs that's not getting the top people. Jackson State probably get most of the top people right now. But you got lesser talent. So people have been trained not to watch the game. They watch the band. When you go to a top tier school like Texas or something like that, you watching the talent. But if you go to a game and the quarterback can't hit the receivers, they fumbling the ball. I mean, they're not gonna watch that game. They're gonna go there for the ambiance and the band. But now that they coming back with the athletes, it's gonna get better. So I'll leave you on that.
All right, Tom. Thank you so much for the call.
All right.
Hey, caller, you loud, talk to me.
What? Hello.
Yeah,
Tom needs to
go ahead.
What Tom needs to understand is that the culture is different. I get what you're saying. The culture is different. You in predominantly white institutions, the schools are always treating football like it's bigger than life. So that's why the culture is so different. They treat it like it's bigger than life, and that's all I want to say.
All right, no problem. Appreciate the call, my guy. Hey, Coach Green, you're the last caller. Keep it short and sweet.
Okay, I got you, man. Let me turn this down. All right, you hear me good now?
Yeah.
All right. That question about the why we never had an FBS. I might be wrong, but I feel like I'm right about it. Our football is like separated with 1A and 2A, right?
Yeah.
All right. it was most separated back then because if you, I know you heard the history of how none of the white institutions wanted to play HBCUs because they didn't want to lose.
Got you.
And I think that's the reason why we never had an FBS, because of racism. And the NCAA was part of that reason because of the racism. And they kept us right where we at now. And then you got to add the states with not giving all the funding that they're supposed to get. Because every public HBCU supposed to get the same amount of money. Say, like Tennessee State supposed to get the same amount of money that University of Tennessee get. But they were shortchanging Tennessee State, but giving all the money to University of Tennessee. So that's part of the reason. And that's all I have to say on that. And how do you feel about that? With that answer?
I mean, I've heard it before. I've heard funding. I mean, I'm not, that's not, his question is not my question. Like my FBS, I don't care why there's no the SWAC school in FBS. I care less, if I'm being 100% real with you. My thing is that
I actually,
go ahead.
You know, I actually do care because I always wondered, like, why we never had an FBS. Why no HBCU never been an FBS? That's a good question.
Like I said, I could care less. I'm not saying it's not a good question. I could care less. You know what I'm saying? If that's something that somebody else wants to have the conversation about, they're more than welcome to have it. I just don't care about it because you're not there now. And if that's what if that's somewhere you want to go, then okay, yeah, then take the time, do the research, go there. But you're not there now, and I don't care why you weren't there now. But I do want to know, yo, what's up with the background?
Say that again. What's up with the what?
Like I'm hearing the echo from myself.
Oh, I don't. It's better now.
Hello. Yeah, much better. Oh,
yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, so
I think it was because I was about a fan. That's probably because I was about a fan.
So my thing is this.
I got my volume on mute.
Okay, so listen, and I'm gonna have to let you go off this one, but for me, funding is huge, and we all know facilities funding. We all understand that. That's neither here nor there. That's beating a dead horse. It's just for me, what I was talking about is the energy at the games. That's all I'm saying.
No, I can answer that question. I can answer that question. The energy is completely different at HBCUs is because the music is also a part of the game. Because it's like, because with basketball, even with basketball, somebody get a dunk, call a timeout, the music come on, and everybody in there doing the swag surfing. Because you put on swag surfing, you will see the whole crowd start swag surfing.
Yeah.
So the energy is like completely different than what a PWI is. Because the music, whatever music, by you being at the game, did you hear like certain music that had to be played when certain happened in the game? Everybody waiting on that?
Yeah. Like, to me, it's just like the beginning of a football game at a PWI. They might play Jump Around, right? And everybody's like, that atmosphere is just crazy. It's just crazy. And it's not like black people's atmosphere is not fun. I'm not saying that because I love my black people. Yeah. I love the black people. I love, we have our own way of celebrating swag surfing, gospel music, all type of stuff. Frankly, Beverly and Mays, it's a chill vibe. We chilling. We just kicking back, watching the game. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
But the energy is just different.
But you know what you got to also look at? Because I hate to put it like this. It's like white folks party a little bit different. Because you get them white folks. If you ever went to a white folks so not sorority but a fraternity house. You ever went to a fraternity house?
No, but I'm gonna let you go. I gotta let you go. Because you're taking too long. You was taking too long. Told you you had it short and sweet. I want to get to this guy because you think it's a game, but I'm really about this life. You're sounding like a black person that can't help but to crap on your own people because it's not like you're a pressure school. You should look up some of your videos and responses seriously, Lawan. And if I'm not mistaken, we met today. So don't I want to put this in a very nice way. You told me not to come for you for what you said to me at the Memphis Day Stadium today. Let's not play. You said, hey, I would talk to you, Scotty, but I don't want to end up on your channel. And then you hit me with this. Now, it seems like you're giving me free reign to come at you. And I'm going to give you a pass. I'm really going to give you a pass because it's your first time commenting in my chat. So I'm going to let you rock. I'm going to address the comment. But next time, I swear for God, come at me like this again, and I will destroy you. I mean that on everything I love because I met you in person. And if I see you again in person, I'm going to bring this to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what's good? Like, you didn't have that same energy when I met with you. So that's all I'm saying. You didn't have this same energy. So next time I see you, keep that same energy. Because when I see you, I'm going to be like, what's good, my guy? You said such and such. What are you trying to mean by that? So I'm going to leave it like that. So to address your thing, I'm not comparing it as a sense of black people need to be more like white people. I'm not saying that in it PWI, HP. I don't care what the hell you want to call it. Black and white. It's called predominantly white institution. So I'm going to say, and it's called a historically black college. So I'm going to say black and white because it's in their names. So that's what it is. So my thing, and my second thing is this. I said as much, and I led with a compliment. I said as much fun as I had today at the at the Southern Heritage Classic. When I say I really enjoyed myself, me and my girl really enjoyed ourselves. I got the real feel of an HBCU tailgate. I mean, I'm just going to different places, music playing, blasting, waving at people. Hey, script. It was a great time. I'm not taking away from that. All I'm saying is when I got to the game, the energy was different. It seemed like everybody was like, okay, we're here now. It didn't seem like everybody was like, yo, the game is about to come on. We're in the game. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So however you want to dictate it, however you want to go about it. And I got your cell number. So I will be, listen, if you still on here, I will be reaching out to you to make sure this is still the same person I think it is. And if it is, I'm going to be reaching out to you because I'm that guy. I stands on that. Best believe. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, Scotty, this is Armand. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, Armand? Talk to me.
I appreciate the thing that you do. I appreciate your work. I just want to get that off real. All right. So with a black college that hasn't gone as far as to FBS, FAMU tried it. FAMU tried it about, I say 15 years ago. The reason why FAMU didn't make it it wasn't because they didn't have the funding. It was because of bad timing. It really was just because of bad timing. And the reason I say this is because NCAA basically had a sanction on them, and it was like, all right, we need you to reach this amount of capital, dang on, before we can now bump you up to, let's say, FBS, because that's all they needed. They needed about 10 million, $15 million. That's pretty much the amount that they needed. But they also had to reach a certain criteria of student athletes and also reach a certain criteria of Title IX, certain type things to bump them up to FBS.
Yeah.
That is literally it. It's not that deep. It's not like, yes, we as black colleges have been underfunded. That is historically true across time and beyond. But the one time or the chance that we did, FAMU tried it, it didn't work. I think A&T wanted to try it, it didn't work. It's because when you get that opportunity, you have a short amount of time to accrue the funding, which means that it's not just the state, it's the people, it's the alumni that has to donate too. I remember one of my homegirls from LSU was basically like her real statement was, if you look at the endowment of HBCUs as the endowment, that's how much money you have in reserves, how much money you have stacked up. She basically was like, I'm from LSU. She said, she went to A&T, graduated from A&T with her master's. She said, I love A&T, but if I sit there and say my endowment at A&T is less than a tenth of what it is at LSU, it don't equate. Which means that people aren't donating, people aren't sending their money, this is just alumni. Like this is research, this is things that the endowment as a whole isn't being properly funded. Not just the state, because the state funding is coming in. We're talking about just the whole. So when people sit there and say, oh, HBCU this, HBCU that, I get it. Funding is one thing. And then you can skip all the other black people not being able to play football with the white schools. We passed it now. We're just trying to get everybody back on one. Listen.
Hey, appreciate the call, Armand.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. I'm gonna read these comments. I'm about to get up out of here. You're dogging my question, bro. It ain't about what y'all play. I'm asking why majority of HBCU crowds be dead as shit. This means after that. Hey, underscore. I rock with your boldness, underscore. I like that. I like you like, yo, like that's what it is. I feel you. I like that though. I respect it. Endowments don't matter because the majority of those funds are earmarked for specific projects. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, JB, for the update for that. All right, so listen, guys, I'm about to get up out of here. I wanted to make sure I took every caller today. I had a little bit more time than usual, but I see Lawan. I see Lawan did not comment back, so I'm assuming he hit his keyboards and he dipped out. But I'm gonna tell y'all this: best believe I'm about to text him as soon as I get off this live stream. All right, just know I don't play that. All right, but listen, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Congratulations to Jackson State. Congratulations to Shador doing this thing. Did it big. Can't knock it. All right. So until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm a holla. God bless.